Yes, guys, Alex here. Score prediction for tonight's game versus Omonia. I think United will bounce back. I think we will get the win tonight. I think it's going to be closer though than people think. You know, they held Sociedad to a 2-1 last week, even though they got battered by Sheriff 3-0 on the opening day at home in the Europa League. It's going to be a tough game. I think that this is their cup final. They've been playing against the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Casemiro. Whoever gets the start is probably the biggest game for them in their club's history. So it's going to be big. They're going to be up for it. It's that first goal. If you get that first goal, I think things will open up. So I think we'll keep a clean sheet, but I'm just going to go 2-0 United.
I would like to see a couple of changes coming into this game. I would like to see Luke Shaw come in. I'd like to see Casemiro come in. I would also like to see Fred come into this as well, just to see what that midfield balance is and the partnership with those two, see whether or not we can get something going on with it. Is it going to be easy? It's not going to be an easy game. No game is an easy game. But I could honestly sit there and say positively, Manchester United should come into this game and should go and win at least 3-1. I can't see us not keeping a clean sheet. At the moment, we will concede at least one goal. I think the system will be the main factor, whether or not we beat them convincingly, or there might be a couple of sticky patches as well.
What's up? This is Scotty. My score prediction for tonight's game. I don't think it's going to be the walk in the park that we're expecting or even hoping for following last weekend's spanking by Manchester City. I think Ten Hag's going to play a weakened team with the game coming up at the weekend, which I think is of more importance. Varane and Maguire are out, so there's a bit of question marks about defence. But nevertheless, I think United will win, maybe 2-0, 2-1. It'll be a stodgy performance, but I think we'll do enough to get the 3 points and then move on to the weekend.
Hi everyone, I'm Monday Juma here from the Man United Agenda, and we are back after that terrible game at the weekend. Terrible result it was, to lose to your rivals, it's not good. But I thought there was some promising things, and I think in a few months' time we're going to be better equipped with more training. Today, I think we need to sort of rotate the squad and get some players playing, get some fresh legs out there, because the guys like Ericsson, McTominay, the defenders have all been playing together for a long time now, and I think we need to change it up a little bit against a weaker team. I imagine they're weak. I don't know much about them, but I expect us to win. I expect us to win away from home, keep a clean sheet, that's very important, and just keep doing what we're doing, because I saw a lot of moments, if we would have been a bit more decisive, a bit more confident, we could have scored more goals against Man City. We created a few chances or got in good positions to create chances, so I'm happy with the manager. I just think today, like I say, change to be made, 2-0 away from home, and that's my score prediction. Thanks, guys.
Ronaldo with a prediction for the Europa League game tonight against Omonia FC. I hopefully have pronounced that correctly, somewhere in Cyprus. But I'm actually not quite sure how to predict this game. I think it might be a little bit more tired than we expect. I'm reckoning it's going to probably be a 2-1 win. I think there will be some rotation because we've got a game against some Scousers on the weekend. But I'm going for a 2-1 win. I think Garnacho gets on the score sheet and Martial, and 2-1 win. United actually make up for the fact that we lost the first game and then get 2 wins on a bounce.
Olympic Nicosia, the Manchester United Europa League. I hope I got the Cypriot team right, but Cyprus, it's a lovely place to visit, 34 degrees, been there myself with family, all the United fans having a buzz out there. Europa League, we need a response after Sunday. We need a comfortable performance, a few goals, different team change, Ronaldo, Casemiro to come back, Rashford rested, McTominay rested, and I say Martial as well. A back four, Lindelof and all that, Luke Shaw, tinkered, Martinez maybe give the new keeper a chance as well. But we just need a positive result now, because we've got Everton at the weekend as well. So we need back-to-back wins starting tonight. We need goals, we need action, and we need to put a smile immediately back on the face of United fans, because even Bruno Fernandes admitted it. They've let everybody down. And I want to see players taking it seriously now, because this could be our route into the Champions League, even though I'm still quietly confident of a top 4 finish after the recent results by Sunday. But we go on to let's go on another run, let's do it, up the Reds.
Paddock match day, Notch here. It's another gallivant into the GOAT of all competitions, the Europa! Bum, bum, bum. And a bit of nostalgia time because Omonia were a staple of the European Cup in the 70s and 80s. Hence, we never played them before. They've actually got a Mancunian in their squad in Brandon Barker, who spent a whopping 15 years at Manchester City. Right. This is Derby Day Part 2, and I'm going to chuck some halloumi and silver on the grill and serve it in a bam with a bit of talatori if we win. And chips. And a couple of Eccles cakes. 3-0 tonight, and a brace from Anthony. Ava! Just a notch there.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United versus AC Omonia. Big game this, big game. I'm joined by Jay Marty. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm recovered from a man flu, in case anyone was worried.
Just normal flu though, isn't it?
Sorry?
What's the difference between man flu and normal flu?
Man flu is like a particularly violent strain of flu.
Is that because men are violent?
Yeah, well, you may argue that. I certainly wouldn't. But yeah, it's one of those. There's a weird thing about man flu is that a woman can get it and be fine, but it can actually kill a man.
It's interesting that.
Yeah.
Really? But I suppose that infers weakness, really, if anything, doesn't it? But you're doing all right now.
Yeah,
You're looking good.
Yeah,
You've lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, I'm not eating for an hour.
What we had to eat today? Just a crumpet, wasn't it? A single crumpet, like Oliver
and
Twist.
a yogurt, yeah. So
to be fair, it'll make up for the calories in that.
Yeah, well, we've got a smorgasbord of sweets.
I'm going to tweet that. You'll see the picture in a sec.
How are you doing, Abdul?
I'm good, not too bad. Got up at 6 a.m. in Southampton, come straight here with about 5 hours of sleep.
Southampton?
That's what you do, yeah. That's what you got to do, man.
South Coast.
Had just a little job out there with work. Watching Champions League games on a Premier League goalkeeper's iPhone yesterday.
Can I guess the Premier League goalkeeper?
Right, go on, you go first.
Rui Patricio.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah.
Was it? Has he got it?
No, obviously not, because it's a Southampton keeper.
Oh.
Is it still Fraser Forster?
I was going to say, is it?
No, it's that the Irish lad.
McCarthy.
Bazzuno. Is it Bazzuno? Is that how you say it?
What are you asking us? Which keeper it was?
No, he's asking me. Which
right.
keeper it was.
Well, which keeper was it?
It was Gavin Bazzuno, I think. That's how I say his name. Bazzuno. Am I saying it right?
Bazzuno.
Am I saying his name?
Bazzuno.
Bazzuno, yes.
There we go.
Can't cope with this.
See?
This is going to be
He's a good keeper, you know. He's a very good goalkeeper.
He's a better goalkeeper than you are, mates.
Yeah.
He's not my mate.
You didn't remember his name?
I just kept looking over
Not
his
his mate,
shoulder.
he just nicked his phone.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Hey,
I
let's
didn't
watch
nick
his
phone,
football here.
And Kyle Walker-Peters is dead sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking
Decent
about
player,
white
Kyle
Air
Walker-Peters.
Forces.
We are.
Yeah,
He's
and
probably
Rafael Leao.
Isn't it mad that you can be called Kyle Walker and not be the best Kyle Walker right back in the Premier League?
And
That
even
is
at
mad.
Spurs at one point.
Yeah.
How mad is that?
Yeah.
You're not even the best person with your name at that club. That is mental, isn't it? But he's
no
a
comment.
decent right back.
Lovely guy, though.
Lovely guy and a good player. Very good player. I'll be honest, Jay, looking at the comments, not a lot of people happy to see you back.
Really?
Why? What have you done to the people?
I mean, it's because he's been away for a few days, but Sam J says Jay's a little soldier.
Yeah.
But actually, he spelled it wrong, so it says a little solider. So maybe he thinks you put a bit of weight on, if anything. Looking solider than ever. Ross Murphy says Jay Motti is back, and then he's doing this hand sign, which I think is praying to the sun god that you once again return to your bed and leave our screens.
Illuminati confirmed.
Which is really rude.
Yeah. You know.
And someone says, miss that shiny head.
Thank you. Thank you. I buffed it up special this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
What do you do to capture that gleam?
I watch scary movies. Like, cause I'm a right wimp when it comes to scary films.
Right wing, did you say?
I'm very right wing.
Yeah.
I'm ultra right wing, to be honest with you.
Yeah. You're so right wing that you're almost left wing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm somewhere to the far right of the likes of Nigel Farage and people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm done when I'm not. But
Oh.
what
I thought you were being serious.
But what I do is I watch scary movies because I'm a bit of a wimp. And then when I've got enough of a sweat on, you know, because I'm getting scared.
A lather.
Yeah.
A lacquer, sorry.
Then I'm happy. Then I'm ready. I'm good to go. Rub it in and off you go. That's how it's done. What do you do to your hair?
I just wash it.
Do you? Really?
What are you trying to say?
Interesting. It's just
Looks like he washes it, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think you could tell when someone like...
I wash it. I haven't washed it in a couple of days, actually.
Yeah.
What?
But then I put olive oil in it.
Olive
nice
oil.
bit of, nice bit of olive oil.
You frying
like a good.
How often do you have a shower?
Me?
Yeah.
What's the question?
How often do you have a shower?
How often?
Yeah. Do you have a
Do
shower?
you have a shower? Yeah.
Yeah. How often?
Team news is out. We've got David De Gea, probably easily more than I used to.
Yeah.
So probably how many days are in a month?
I have one at least once a month, whether I need one or not.
Same. Yeah. We used to do that together, don't we?
Yeah, we did.
And we spend most of the time fighting.
Yeah. Fighting.
My turn with the hose.
Yeah.
It looks like fighting from a distance.
Hose.
Right. David De Gea in goal. Diogo Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Malacia. Casemiro starts.
Casemiro finally started. Well, he started before, hasn't he?
Well, whatever. Fernandes, Eriksen, and then a front three of
Real Sociedad.
Of either sensational pace, skill, or goal-scoring reputation. Anthony, Sancho, and Ronaldo, respectively. Very, very strong team, that. Do you think that's a reflection of how Ten Hag is going to take this whole tournament, Abdul, or do you think that's because we're only 1 for 2 in this tournament so far? We have to win this game.
I think it's a bit of a balance in it because you want to see how Casemiro, for example, will do with that strong sort of setup in the middle. And then obviously Ronaldo, he's always going to have chances at goal. Obviously, he's had a horrible start to the season. Even the Portugal game the other day, snatching at chances. But overall, that is a strong team. So, like I said, it's an indication that he's trying to, just get the 6 points, because we'll have 6 points, right, after this, on the board. And obviously can go into Sociedad, you nick that, and then you're in a very strong position. I think basically he's going for the kill now. So then essentially, the last game or two, you could just throw whatever team. But how does it work, by the way, in the Europa League? Whoever finishes top, do they have some sort of advantage on where they go?
I think if you finish top, you avoid playing a Champions League knockout team.
Okay.
I think if you finish second in your group, you go through, but you play a team that fell out of the Champions League.
Okay.
Typically that gives you a more difficult game. So you want to finish top. There's a decent incentive to finish top. Let me know if that's not correct, but I think that's...
I wouldn't mind facing a Champions League team, like, early in the knockouts, just because then, you get them out the way if you can beat them, rather than
if you can beat them
but then you're gonna face them anyways.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna face them anyways.
Yeah, but you say that, but then what was it that year where City got to the Champions League final and they'd played like Schalke, Mönchengladbach,
every year?
Roma. Like,
up until the semi.
Yeah,
bro, what was us in 2011?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you say you're going to play them eventually, but
not necessarily.
You don't necessarily. You can get to a semi-final. Comfortably without playing a top team.
Yeah,
like you could easily get,
Liverpool always get Porto, win it every single year. It's like Porto. Benfica.
Apparently, there's a playoff before the round of 16, which is second place teams versus the Champions League third place. So maybe you even get a bye, which is even better.
Right.
It's definitely beneficial to finish first in the group.
What a buy is in, like, you go to the round of 16.
As in, you go straight to the round of 16.
Oh, that's the thing.
Other teams have an extra round of games by the sound of it. I'll try and double check that now.
That was the thing I'd seen online, but I wasn't sure if it was legit, because that's a big incentive then to actually really go for it and finish top of the. Did Sociedad win all their games?
I'm just going to find that now, so I'll get the group.
I feel like I've not looked at our group as well. I don't know if you guys do that, but I just don't look at our Europa group.
So currently, Real Sociedad have played 1-2. They beat, obviously, United and Omonia last time, but Omonia, no offence, are the whipping boys, aren't they? United have obviously won 1, lost 1. So this game is big because if Sociedad beat, presumably playing Sheriff tonight, they would go 6 points ahead of us if we don't win tonight or if we lose tonight. So it is a big game, this, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think that this is our best chance of Champions League football.
Do you?
Yeah, definitely. Because you look at the teams now in the Premier League. You look at Arsenal, who look like, I know we've had this before, but it looked like they finally got their act together.
Yeah.
City, we forget about it. They're taking one of those top 4 spaces. That's not even up for discussion. Mm-hmm. Spurs, I fancy Spurs to get in the top 4 because I felt like before the season started with Antonio Conte having a full pre-season, the signings that they've made, the players that they've already got there, I think that's another space that you feel pretty confident with. Chelsea as well, they've got quality. They've bought some good players. They already had some good players. And in Graham Potter, all right, it's a little bit great unknown with him as a new manager, but you fancy him to at least get a top 4. It's going to be, I just think it's going to be very difficult for Manchester United to get into the top 4 this season. And I think that whilst the Europa League can be difficult and you can face a lot of big teams and good teams, I think it might end up being a sort of 2017 scenario where that is your best route into not just silverware but Champions League football as well. And I think that with the players we've got and with the managers like Eric Ten Hag, we're capable of doing that. Because you can have whatever it is, 7 or 8 good games in the Europa League and win it.
Yeah.
You can have 20 good games in the Premier League and finish 5th.
Yeah. It's
not beyond the realms of possibility United finish 6th again this season.
Well, no, especially with...
I know it's horrible to think it, but you look at the teams around us, look at the teams above us. The Scousers below us at the minute, they're going to get their act together sooner or later once the asthma medicine kicks in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard, and this might just be the sort of the get out of jail free card.
Yeah, definitely. What do you make of that team, Abdul? Just in terms of its quality and its strength, do you like the look of that? Do you think he's sort of trying a few things for the league, or do you think this is almost the likes of Casemiro and Ronaldo who have come in? They're kind of playing a game to rest first team players.
Well, first of all, before coming on here, I was on the way and all those pages that have been reporting so and so starts and that, and they've been getting them spot on. To be fair, on Twitter, we're all reporting that Alanga was starting, which I would have liked because I think it would have indicated Anthony, Martial, Rashford starting, which is what I want to see on the weekend.
Yeah.
But I think it's a bit of a balance of some players that you want to test in a strong setup, which is the right thing to do. Because one thing that I'm not a fan of, which a lot of our managers have done in the past, especially I felt this under Jose Mourinho, he'd have Rashford and Martial out the team, when he got Sanchez in towards the end of that season. Then we'll go Brighton away, and then he'll chuck you Darmian's, Fellaini's when he was done basically, Fellaini and a couple of the other players around those guys, and then they'd get the blame for that result. But you need to be playing some of those players that need to prove a point and need that bit of confidence. You need to be playing them in a fixture like this alongside some of the better players to see how they'd actually fit in. And Casemiro, I think we've seen bits of him that have been a bit concerning, I'd say. Obviously, he'd come on off the bench against Arsenal, Southampton, Leicester. There was a lot you like about and that Casemiro gives you, but then at the same time there was a lot of bit too loose to the ball and still adjusting to where his teammates pick up the ball and stuff. But you want to see him in a full-flowing team. What I would have liked to see today, though, I would have given Bruno a rest, and I would have liked to see Eriksen, Fred as the ball winner, but then pushing Eriksen to that role where he plays a bit for Denmark, where he can play a bit more of an attacking sort of role in the team. And that would have been nice to see. But I'm happy to see this because now, to be fair, we can see Fernandes and Eriksen. Can Casemiro play alongside those two? Because that's the question right now for Ten Hag to figure out. He wants to see, can he do it in a Premier League game? Because McTominay, out of the 6, 7, 8 games we played, he might have had, to be fair, he's probably had 4 very, very, very solid performances with those two in the middle. So he's felt like that he doesn't need to come out of the team. Casemiro's now got to change his mind. So for me, there's no excuses for Casemiro. A game like this, he should be eating that midfield up. He should be having a very comfortable game in the middle, should be showing good defensive side of his game and a bit more as well in terms of going forward and finding passes between the lines, because that's what's going to get him back into the team or even starting finally.
What do you make of it, Jay? Are you happy to see Casemiro? Do you think he's someone that needs games to sort of break into the first team, or do you think he's ready to go already?
Yeah, I'm happy to see him. I think that's 3 players away from being our strongest possible team.
Who would you change?
I'd change Sancho for Rashford. I'd change Ronaldo for Martial, and I'd change Lindelof for Varane.
Do you drop Sancho?
I would.
Yeah.
If everyone was available, and this was say a cup final,
in this form,
and you had to pick your strongest 11 players possible, then I'd probably just about give Marcus.
Going off what we're seeing,
probably just about give Marcus the nod over Jadon.
Yeah.
Purely because I know they've both had a decent start to the season. I think Marcus has been slightly better, and Marcus has played, well in the past for Manchester United over a longer period of time. I still think the jury's out a little bit with Jadon Sancho. I know that's not a popular sentiment, but
I agree.
I'm
a big fan.
I like the kid and he's entertaining.
Always been a fan, but
he's had 30 odd games, whatever it is, for Manchester United.
I feel it's a bit too passive. That's something that seems to come up a lot online, which I tend to agree with. There's a part of his game, and I seen someone break this down the other day with a thread quite nicely, where he seems to take less risks. Like, he's going to keep losing the ball. So he's like, I don't want to take this risk. Let me not try and beat this man now. And then he turns back and goes to his fullback or goes into the midfield. And then off the ball, he just, there isn't that aggression. I don't know how to explain it, but when you watch him, you don't feel that bite.
I think he struggles with the pace of it as well, because he's not as quick as some of his teammates.
No.
And, you know, if you're sort of pelting down the wing or whatever, and he's, you know, doing his best, obviously, to keep up with the play and to get involved in the play. I don't think it's any coincidence that he's been is it every game after 60 minutes or 60 odd minutes?
I think he's played. I remember one game where he played 90 minutes. But
all right, sorry.
The whole time he's been at United, he gets subbed most games.
Like, under Ten Hag, it seems to be a recurring theme. And when he has been getting subbed, I think we've said it when I've been watching it on the watchalong or at the game. He looks like he needs to be subbed because he looks goosed.
Yeah.
And that's not, you know, necessarily, he's not his fault. He's, you know, if he catches up, he catches up with you. But I think there's just might be a sort of a bit of a struggle for him in the way we're playing and the pace of it. Hopefully, you know, we can show what he's shown us. I think this season, you know, the Scousers obviously played well and in the Europa League game against Sheriff. And we've seen it last season, you know, against Chelsea and teams like that. I just feel like he's had maybe, if you look at the amount of games he's played for United, the amount of good games he's had, it feels more like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 even.
And I know it's a bit of a cliche anyway, this phrase.
Yeah.
But you can say it about Rashford on his day. You can say it about Bruno.
Yeah.
I don't know with Anthony yet. You can say it about Ronaldo on his day, definitely. Yeah. But the saying, he grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Sancho doesn't seem to do that, does he? Do you know when he's like, he turned it round, he just took over?
Yeah.
We haven't really seen any performances like that from Sancho, where you really go, fucking hell. We wouldn't have won if it wasn't for him today.
No.
Maybe the Arsenal game under Carrick.
Maybe Leeds.
Yeah. But, you know, we've seen that from Rashford dozens of times, haven't we, over the years? We've seen that from Ronaldo literally hundreds of times.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you think he seems to be the one in the front three that will go missing more often than the rest. And sometimes, again, it's a cliche and grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck, what does that even mean? But, you know, sometimes you just think, fucking hell, he's on one today.
Do you know what's
he's desperate to win us this game.
I
don't get that feeling with Sancho as often as I should.
Because you want that. You almost just get it as a feeling, innit? When you're watching, like, that City game, for example, and I mentioned this on Twitter, and I said, like, there's so many occasions where we go to the Etihad and we're losing 3-4 or whatever, and then you just see, like, over the years, Martial, Rashford, everyone, Lingard. I know they've had some good games there, fair enough to all of them, and I like all those guys, but how many times we go there and it's just like, we're getting beat 3-2 even at half time, and it's almost like getting ready to just get smacked with a couple in the second half, and the forwards just, the heads drop. The point you make about grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck, and I feel like Anthony, I was a bit concerned with him because I'd actually watched quite a bit of him last season. I watched a bit more. And one thing I really liked about Anthony, he's actually got this level of aggressiveness, which I didn't feel he brought in the first few games. But in the second half against City, he was really fighting, and that goal summed him up. And him tracking and winning the ball off the City forwards and then turning in our half and playing us out. And then we played out the pressure and eventually got in on goal through that. And then getting the chances whilst we were down. It's almost like he was like, I'm going to take this opportunity now. We're losing,
that
and
touch
I'm not going to back down.
Was a brilliant touch. Obviously, the finishes was world class, but the touch where he's basically competing with their left, was it Cancelo?
Yeah.
He was competing with him for this ball that's dropping down, and not only is the touch phenomenal, literally drops in his path,
sets him up,
ball, but he's also beating Cancelo to the ball to have the sort of get in there and the tenacity.
With
was brilliant.
The ball over the top thing that Sancho had that he miscontrolled. I know he would have been touch and go whether he was offside or not.
No,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, Marcus has had a pretty poor 18 months, I think. Yeah. He's had a decent start to this season. I'm not saying he's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Also, when I say Martial in for Ronaldo, again, flawed. Yeah. A deeply flawed striker. Great when he's on his day. You know, has had good seasons, has had injury-ravaged seasons, has had seasons where he's not been good enough. I think there's a flaw in all of them. Just for me, I'd edge those two players I've mentioned, Martial and Marcus, especially when you see what they can do together. Yeah. And Varane's a bit of a no-brainer for Lindelof, but I do think, you know, going back to the original question, that is still a very strong team. Yeah. That is a team that, you know, most times when you set out a team, you don't have your best 11 available. No. You're missing one or two of them for injuries or suspensions or whatever. Yeah. So to go into a game like Omonia, where
that's a fantastic team.
It's a fantastic team. Yeah. You've got, you know, multiple Champions League winners. You've got, you know, some players that cost, you know, the earth. and you've got players that have sort of, you know, got bags of experience and have sort of scored goals and stuff and won trophies and stuff like that against the team in Omonia, who, no disrespect to them, I probably, you know, I'm sure you can go through the Omonia team and I'd be surprised if I knew any of them.
I think what United could do with, and I know obviously we are building this spine, or we do kind of have a spine if we choose to use it, of Varane, Casemiro and Ronaldo, where you can't argue that they are three of the most decorated players in the history of football, not just recent times. Like, it doesn't get, you know, the trophy cabinet doesn't get more full than those three players. But I think our first choice front three, any three of the four of Antony, Martial, Rashford and Sancho, they're all lacking, I think, that sort of experience of winning trophies. And I know they've won a couple here and there, and Sancho's won a German Cup, and Rashford's won an FA Cup and Europa League, and Antony's won the Dutch League. But do you know those, like, that top level trophies where it's you're playing against the best teams in the biggest competitions? Yeah. I think a league win or a Champions League or something like that would take all of those players to another level, because sometimes it feels like they do things because they've been told to, not because they're desperate to do it. Like the pressing the other day for, you know, the De Bruyne pass to Haaland's goal, that brilliant pass, obviously, and Haaland taps in at the back post, or say taps in, stretches for it and scores, where Sancho sort of sprints to him, and when he actually gets within sort of like pressing or tackling distance, he slows down and stops, because he doesn't have it in his head maybe of, actually, the reason I'm doing this is to fucking stop him at all costs. It's almost like he's going, I sprint up to the player because that's what pressing is. I sprint up and then I stop. When actually, if you know what it takes to win those fine margins against the best teams, you know that actually you have to fly through him there. You have to clatter into him and try and get the ball off him.
Matter, don't they?
Yeah,
those
that's
why I feel like
that's the difference
because
between teams that
we
win things
lose
and
so
teams that
many
don't.
games. It becomes so acceptable to some of these guys, and this is where things have got to change. And this is a point I wanted to make about Jadon Sancho. He's someone I watched coming through the ranks at City even, and I'd gone to watch some of his games, and I always thought he was a wonderful player. And at Dortmund, brilliant. And I think when people talk about the Bundesliga and they say, oh, there's always a lot of space, there's always a lot of this, there was always a lot of that, a lot of those points are valid. But I've definitely seen Sancho in difficult games in the Bundesliga, when games are shut up short and you're playing your Bayern Munich, your Leipzig, and it's high intensity. I've seen better physicality from him, more interest in the game, less passiveness. So does Antony, for example, starting on the weekend on the right, and hopefully Antony does his thing today, because that's what I want to see, him starting on the right, then Rashford on the left, Martial up front. We know Rashford and Martial hit it off very well, don't they? Like them two, when it's given goals, and we've seen it in the past in that COVID season, and then we've seen it again in just over pre-season and the start of the season with the Liverpool game. I feel like it's so telepathic. Martial actually uses his body very well, holds the ball up well. Marcus just knows when to hit the space. When you look at those, and I think if Antony brings in the balance, being that left-footed inside right winger, Sancho then has to look at himself and go, I need to do a lot more because I need to find a way to fit in to this team. And then those moments, you see more fight, you see more this. I feel like Sancho in his mind, he's always thought, under Oli, I need to get past this stage where I get fitter. And he never really looks fit at the start of seasons. I don't know what it is with Sancho. Does he, over the summer, does he relax a bit more compared to other players? I don't know what it is. But he always starts seasons very, very slow. Even at Dortmund, I've noticed this. And then he just goes crazy. Yeah. But it's just not good enough, because you're at Man United. You're one of the highest paid players in the Premier League. You shouldn't need someone to push you. It's the same thing with Shaw. Like, I like Luke Shaw as a player when he was at the top of his game. But I'm sick of seeing this stuff where it's like, oh, this guy's going to push this guy. And I know you, as a team, you need that overall. But I'm sick of it from some of these players, man. Like, it goes out to every single player in the team. I won't defend any of them. It's the same thing from right back with, like, Wan-Bissaka, Delot. Like, everything in that team, all those guys, Maguire, Lindelof, Varane even, like, every single one of these guys, this whole excuse of us as fans, and I used to give this a lot of, oh, he just needs that signing, so, you know, he might push this guy on to reach his best. It's like, you need to be at your best at every moment. And that's where City, Liverpool, all those guys have gone clear of us. And hopefully that's something Ten Hag drills into these guys.
Yeah. No, you make a great point there. Sorry, go on.
Just to be clear, this isn't like an anti-Jadon Sancho thing.
No.
That one clip,
I love Jadon Sancho.
That one guy, I love Jadon Sancho, and I think he will come good, and I think he's an excellent player, and he's had excellent games. I think the reason I use that as an example is because that one clip was circulating after the game, so I thought a lot of people would have seen it, of not pressing Kevin De Bruyne to any sort of any end product to it.
Like we were saying on the watch long, he wasn't on his own now, and it's I'm glad you made the point. We're not start bashing Jadon Sancho, especially when he's hardly having a poor season. But you look at there was a chance when De Bruyne breaks through, Eriksen can make the foul, doesn't.
No.
Can make a foul there. I don't care that that's not your game. You've been around the block long enough to stick your foot in, take the yellow card at the halfway line, and it doesn't end up in a goal. Second half, Fred on the touchline. I think it was De Bruyne again. I might be wrong. Someone on the wing.
It was De Bruyne knocking it down the touchline for 40
Put him in the stands. Take the yellow. Do you know what I mean? And what happens? He goes past you. You're nowhere near him.
There's two of them.
And he sets up another goal.
Yeah.
It's little things like that. That's not being the best footballer in the world. It's just using your experience. Both Fred and Eriksen are seasoned international footballers. And I'm not being funny. Me or you know to take a foul now and again. You just take one, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see when City are breaking, and it's more than likely going to end up in a goal if they're outnumbering you. Take that yellow, and just that little bit of cuteness is just missing. And then when you couple that with, at times like you were saying now, Abdullah, that lack of that little bit of extra effort, it's just not good enough. And one thing I'm with you on this as well, Abdullah, what you were saying about not being at the races at the start of the season, not being as fully fit as you should be. It isn't acceptable. We are not going to catch Manchester City by being less professional than they are, or less enthusiastic, or less whatever you want to call it. You can question whether we've got the talent they've got. All right, that's a debate. You probably go, we haven't. I think we've certainly got a lot of players that are on similar levels to their players, and not better. I think we have. But you have to match them and not beat them in terms of the effort. And when you're not doing that, that's a massive problem that Erik Ten Hag has got to solve. And hopefully he will, because he doesn't strike me as someone who's going to just go, all right, you're not feeling it today, don't worry about it.
So I think if that was the case, then you would have seen the likes of Maguire, Ronaldo stay in this team. That would have been the lazy move, which a lot of our managers have done that in the past, including Oli, until it costs you a job. And we're talking about players that I actually rate or like I think, or even I feel like overhated at times in his career in terms of Harry Maguire. But like with Ronaldo, the guy's an idol to many fans in my age group. We've seen him come through at the club and then go and do what he done before he rejoined, and we're all happy and buzzing with it. But at the end of the day, when I went to that Liverpool game, I was sat quite high up that day, and I remember just looking down. I was like, it's going to be interesting when Ronaldo comes on, because Bruno and Marcus Rashford, which was weird because when the game people around me were like, Marcus Rashford's not pressing, he's not pressing the defence, he's not doing this, where it was actually it was very smart the way him and Bruno were doing it. It was like one guy would go, the other would drop and block the space for where Van Dijk and Gomez would progress. Once Ronaldo would come on, it's not like a lack of effort. I don't know whether it was, but it looked more like a misunderstanding of what the pressing shape is or what was meant to do, because once he'd come on, Gomez and Van Dijk were just getting the ball and just going straight onto our midfield. And then we know that both of those guys are ball-playing centre-backs to a certain extent. Gomez is, but Van Dijk is brilliant.
Yeah. And I obviously don't know the detailed nuances of Ten Hag's pressing system.
Yeah.
But pressing isn't just your front three players or your front six players sprint at the opposition.
No.
It is setting traps for there's all activation levers. There's when the ball gets here, you do this. So it's putting pressure on the player on the ball, but then also minimising their ability to dribble past you, to play the ball past you. It's and
blocking
one of the
spaces
Rangnick,
as well.
Watching some of those talks. People don't get about the space.
Yeah, watching some of those talks that Rangnick did, hour-long talks before he came in, and obviously, he knows a lot about pressing. It's about, most of the time when you press, you don't win the ball off the defender.
Yeah.
The most common way you win the ball back from pressing is forcing them into a long ball, and now you've isolated what is typically a smaller attacker with a bigger defender.
Yeah.
So you often win the ball back from pressing with your centre-back winning a header. Yeah. And you'll see that forcing someone looking up, it's not taking the ball off them, it's winning the long ball that they're forced into. So it's about closing down space. It's not just why sprinting at him.
You don't really see Mane, Salah, Firmino and that peak Liverpool high intense pressing team tackle the ball, win the ball constantly off the defenders in the final third. They can catch them out from time to time, but a lot of the time it sums it up actually perfectly. They go long and then it's Van Dijk, Fabinho, even Henderson can get a bit physical with them. And I think that's the level that Ten Hag will probably try and get to, because when you actually look at the Liverpool game at Old Trafford is a good example again, we had to go long, but we had to work hard off the ball. We had to really win that second ball. And again, it's pressing, winning the second ball. Those two things that Pep Guardiola's team, And I think over the years, we always see as a Pep side, for example, City, is they keep the ball nicely, they knock it around, they control the tempo of the game. But, mate, when you look at how hard they work off the ball, once that ball comes out, they're all over you. They're closing every space down, every player down. And it's all structural as well. And it's about taking players out of the side or the squad that don't want to be doing that. Yeah. So, again, a big job for Ten Hag to do that. And hopefully these guys don't just see it as Omonia and just go, oh yeah, it's just some other team that's easy, better than playoff. I want to see them right up against them, right up in their faces, win the ball back, and let's get 4-5, man. We need a big win tonight. We really need a big win.
You make a point as well, because with that team he's put out there, anything less than a decent win is going to be questioned, isn't it? He's not put a load of kids in there, and you go, oh well, if you win 1-2-0. You go, oh, that's, par for the course there. You've got a load of the academy lads, so you've mixed it up a bit. You put a very strong team out there. We've just been battered in the derby. We need a response, and a response against a team which you don't get. No disrespect to Omonia, but come on, let's be honest there. You don't get much smaller in European football than the team we're playing today. No. You know what I mean? You just don't, right? Bottom of the Europa League group for a reason. That's as pretty much as an easy game you can get, as easy as a game you can get in Europe. I don't want to say it's going to be a total, walk in the park, because, like the old cliche, there's no easy games in Europe or whatever, but it's as easy as it can be. You've got a team there full of winners, full of trophy winners, all the rest of it, like we've already discussed. Go out there and show a response, because if nothing else as well, show a bit of response for the pride. You know what I mean? All these players, most of these players played in that 6-3. Do you know what I mean? That's got to be, should be, sort of in the back of your minds there. Last time you set foot on a pitch for Manchester United, you got battered off our derby rivals. Not to mention the fact there's thousands of Reds, as always, who've gone over there and made a trip to go and watch you. So show a performance, get a good result, and that hopefully we can carry towards Goodison this weekend, because that's going to be a tough game.
I think that's one of the most difficult games you can have coming up. You have to be ready for it in this good form, and they conceded the least amount of goals last I looked in the Premier League, which is a mad stat. Yeah. So big win needed.
Just a point on the size of Omonia. Go on. They are the world-ranked 242nd club team, and in Europe they are the 167th ranked club team.
Out of how many do you know?
I'll look at how many there is. Well, there's 25. So there's 1,200. The lowest one is Stretford Paddock, actually.
I stand correct. They're not as small as you can get. There's smaller ones, but 242nd is.
Yeah, I mean 167th in Europe.
167th.
How many teams are there in the Champions League? 32.
Yeah.
So and then another 32 in this. So that's 64. They are more than doubled down from that. You don't get, they're 2 above Stoke City. So in terms of rankings, we're roughly playing Stoke City.
Tough one. Can you do it on a Thursday night in Stoke?
Can you do it on a Thursday night in Cyprus? It's much easier, that, isn't it? Much nicer. Playing in Cyprus. Oh, I was looking at places to go for a hot holiday. Do you know when it's cold in England? Cyprus, always top of the list in terms of European temperatures.
Yeah. My mum and dad are over there now,
Just coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah,
I love that.
They're over there, they were going to go and see it to the game, but I think they decided to watch it in a bar instead. Yeah. So, which is fair enough. Don't blame them. To be honest with you, a lot of the lads I know that go over there to watch the game but staying in the bar anyway.
They're the 4th ranked team in Cyprus.
Oh, four. Is it Omonia Nicosia?
AEK Larnaca.
Right.
There's always that
Apoel Nicosia.
Apoel Nicosia.
And then Omonia, then Anorthosis, and then Paphos. As your top 6 in the country. Do you know the top ranking club in the world is?
United.
Real Madrid.
Then City, then Bayern Munich, then Liverpool, then Napoli 5th.
Yes, Napoli.
Right. Then PSG, then Barca, then AC Milan, then Ajax, then Arsenal. I don't rate this because
Napoli.
I know obviously one game doesn't count for anything, but Chelsea, who are 9 places behind AC Milan, very comfortably are a better team than AC Milan.
Yeah.
Based on last night's evidence. It wasn't just a good day for him. It was AC Milan couldn't really do anything to get near him. So,
well, you look at the players, some of the players
at AC Milan are above Chelsea. So
you look at some of the players that AC Milan have got, who would not get anywhere near that Chelsea team.
What, like Olivier Giroud, who Chelsea sold 4 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. Is he still got the centre back? Is it Tomori? Is he still?
Yeah.
So it's it's obvious that these rankings are somewhat flawed, shall we say.
But there we go, just a rough idea of the size of Omonia. Talal Sawa with a super chat says, how can you say that Rashford should still be in the team after no form in 18 months and Casemiro, Ronaldo and Sancho can't? I think that's DJ there.
Like I said to you, he's had a bad 18 months. He's had a decent start to the season. I think in the past we've seen Marcus Rashford have good seasons for Manchester United. Jadon Sancho, he's had a decent start to the season, like Marcus Rashford. Don't think he had a good season last season, and I haven't seen him have good seasons for Manchester United. I'm not saying that Marcus is perfect. He isn't. I've said this more than anyone on this channel. He needs not a good season. He needs a good start to the season. I've been saying that for the last 6 months. He has to start well, otherwise he's not going to keep his place in the team. But I think on the current form and on what we know he can do, he would be in the team above Jadon Sancho.
I also
for
think
me.
just
Sorry,
the
go on.
dynamics of the
What
team
was the other
as
part
well.
of the question?
So the other part was Casemiro and Ronaldo as well.
Casemiro would be in the team because he's probably one of the best DMs in the world. And I know McTominay's had 4 decent games, good games for Manchester United. But I think on the whole of it, you put Casemiro in above him, eventually it's going to happen. And I think it might be sooner rather than later. Ronaldo, again, I said this earlier, Martial, flawed, but looked good when he came on against City, had a very good pre-season, looked good against the Scousers. Ronnie hasn't looked himself so far this season, and I think there's an argument that Martial fits into this system better than Ronaldo does, especially as I'm sure you're going to get to
point you made.
with Marcus. I feel like with Jadon Sancho and Ronaldo, yes, they're good players, and I'm not going to moan if they're starting for Manchester United. I just feel that what we're doing, it makes a little bit more sense to me. Again, no, it's not like it's open and shut. The paper thin margins is just the players that I sort of just about go for. Go on, sorry.
100%. No, I think the last point you make is what I wanted to highlight, and I feel with this setup, it's just for what Ten Hag wants to do. I mean, if you come into a game, if you look at the dynamics of that front three, say you play Sancho instead of Rashford, and then Anthony on the right and Martial, there isn't that space hitter in that team, is there? I feel, especially with Martial, his game's adjusted to dropping in between, that attacking midfield sort of role, not a complete false nine, and then sometimes popping up in the area, which has seen him do a bit more of with Ten Hag, which is good that he's worked on that. But that sort of fits better with Rashford because Rashford can come into short spaces with him and give and go, and they understand each other a lot more. Whereas, I feel like with Sancho, it's not really his fault, but it just doesn't fit as well because when he gives the ball to Martial, does he have that explosiveness off the ball to hit the space? Then Martial can find him a bit better. So Rashford takes defenders away a lot of the time from Martial. Martial does the same in the way that they play. It's a bit more telepathic. So I feel like we're talking about what works in terms of a structure and a system when those players are at their best. No one's saying like Rashford's brilliant right now or Martial's brilliant or Anthony's brilliant and so on. And the same thing goes with McTominay and Casemiro. It's about slowly adjusting to what works best. And hopefully the big one for me is Casemiro though.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. We've seen him do it over and over again. You read a lot up before he joined us when he was linked to us and stuff about his intelligence and the work that he puts in behind the scenes to study the game, and the professionalism that he has. So the thing is with Casemiro, he's one of those where you've got to have a proper midfield two alongside him that can control the tempo of the game. Bruno isn't exactly that guy. He's more of a risk taker, and that's nothing against him. We need that a lot of the time. Eriksen, I feel, can do bits of that Modric where he can carry the ball, sometimes can hit a longer pass. That's something Kroos does as well. So I feel like the balance as well is something for Casemiro to adjust to. He's been playing with Kroos and Modric forever how long? It's a bit of a different switch to an unsettled midfield, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that, it's not like I said earlier, that you can go, anyone is miles above anyone else where you go, it's so clear what you can't argue either way. I think there's a debate on almost any position at the minute.
Yeah,
I feel there really is with this team, and I feel that a few months ago, before Eriksen and I really took charge, most of us would have expected, even when we bought Tyrone Malacia, you would have expected Luke Shaw to be starting every game.
Yeah,
I think that even again in the summer, I would have expected Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be starting every game because of the price we paid and the fact that Diogo Dalot, there was still a big question mark over, whether he was going to make it. I know there was question marks about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but he certainly he seemed to me, to be slightly more favoured, especially when you look to the amount of games he played since he come from Crystal Palace compared to the similar time with Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot obviously been out on loan to Milan, had a decent spell, nothing too spectacular, but they're okay. Dalot's sort of nailed down that right back spot now, but you still think that, you know, both with Dalot and Malacia, even to a less degree, maybe the centre backs I think probably are a bit more settled when they're fit. You would expect it to be Martinez and Varane, but it does feel like there's options there, or not options. There's question marks there over almost every position, and I feel like
that causes an issue, doesn't it? Because you want to start having like your regulars in the team that sort of make, you know, the spine of that team, you know, from the goalkeeper to the midfield to the centre forward that you have, and that's where I would love for Martial to come back into this team, be fit, and then for Casemiro to finally find his feet properly into this setup. Because then if you go, all right, you got your two centre backs. I know the situation with De Gea, and you can't do anything about that now because you're not going to go into the market and buy like a top ball playing goalkeeper. So De Gea is what it is for the season. But then look at the centre back, top of their game, Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, straight through to Martial from what we've seen in pre-season and those bits against Liverpool and City. So if those guys are staying fit and they're finding their feet properly in the team, that then just makes everything a lot easier for Ten Hag to just slot plays in. But Ten Hag's almost finding his best team. So that's why you've got to have a bit of sympathy with him now. And Malacia is one of them. Like, again, we went to City. Luke Shaw came on. To be honest, I actually thought he did pretty well, like going forward. His ball carrying was decent. United needed to play out the pressure.
You know, like I saw a right.
Still lazy defending.
I can't remember who it was. Yeah, someone of the. I think it might have been Peter Rowley. It wasn't Peter. Forgive me.
Don't get me wrong. It's still lazy.
Who said? I think he was sort of saying, you know, is that giving him a little bit of an opportunity to get back into the team? And I thought he did, you know, like you say, he did some good things going forward. But I still get, and maybe it's a personal thing, where if I see Luke Shaw putting his arm up or waving his arms about as someone scores, I'm going to just start watching rugby.
Quite triggering for you.
It is. It's the one thing. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I'm sick of this and that.
It's always like that.
It's constant.
Do you know what it is?
You're right.
Do you know when you play football as a kid, like me playing football shit level as a child, right?
Yeah.
There's always the players in the team where when a goal goes in, the first, God's sake, what are you doing? Why have you let that in? Like, it's that kind of like, take some responsibility. Yeah. Like, oh, come on, ref, why aren't you giving that as well offside? Well, it's like, that's not your job. Your job is to play people offside. And you know, with VAR, if he's offside, it's getting called offside.
Was it you that pointed out? Was it the Foden goal where he did it? So, and had De Gea parried it, Haaland's in for a tapping because Shaw
doesn't track him because he stood on the edge of the 18-yard box, he put in for a foul or an offside, whatever it is.
Offside,
and he wasn't offside because Luke Shaw was playing him on.
And I thought, you know, in his defence, Luke Shaw, you're coming into a Manchester derby where your team's 4-0 down. It's not exactly a nice game to be coming into. So I get it, it's difficult.
I was highlighting more what he done on the ball, by the way, which I felt we had a big issue. I feel like when you look at that England game, which he was probably arguably England's best player on the night the other day. I know it wasn't fucking hard to be so.
Well, I didn't watch all that, to be honest.
The ball,
I watched a bit of it.
I don't know if you watched any of the pass into Sterling.
Yeah.
And then obviously arrived at the back post to score the goal. But like it was a great performance, to be fair. I think one thing that Shaw gives you is he plays out the pressure very well and he combines well. For example, when Rashford was on the left with him. So you want Shaw to just be at the top of his game. And I think as a fan, or from like my perspective, that's why I sort of have that push of I want Shaw to be at the top of his game, but then Malacia has this intensity about him, and I've seen Malacia do a lot more work on the ball for the Netherlands side and Feyenoord. I feel like since joining Man United, his roles adjusted a bit. I see him end up in midfield a lot more when he was at Feyenoord, where he took into this.
Does it not concern you a bit though that we seem to be always at this thing with Shaw where we buy another left back to give him a kick up?
And that was the point I made earlier. And that's
like we bought Alex Telles basically to motivate Luke Shaw to be better.
Yeah.
Not because he's not got the ability, because he's just like he couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We used to play a natural right winger, 32-year-old right winger at left back in Ashley Young, who also kept him out of the England team. Because according to Jose, I know you can't take everything Jose says, as gospel, but it was Luke Shaw had sort of motivation problems.
Yeah.
And then you go, Alex Telles comes in, nowhere near good enough, really. If we're being honest. But it's like, now all of a sudden Luke Shaw's playing 7 months of fantastic football.
The best he's ever been.
Then, you go into this summer, we spend 40 million euros on a player who, by rights, should be playing, 1 out of every 5 games, if that, for Manchester United Football Club. And he starts the first few. Oh, sorry, he doesn't start the first. After the Brentford game, he starts games because again, Luke Shaw seems to have this. What I can only think is a motivation problem. It's not an ability.
You're right.
No,
you're right.
It's not, it's certainly not.
No, you are right.
Because we've seen his ability, and we've seen it so often that you can't pretend that it's not there.
That's what frustrates
But then at the same time, you can't forgive the fact that he's, especially compared to Malacia, they're almost like the two opposite. They're sort of the yin yang to each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
One is ability and no motivation, and one is endless motivation and intensity, but maybe not quite the ability. But for this type of team, for a modern team, typically motivation and hard work and slightly less ability is preferable, because what you want is everyone in the team to work hard. And when you've got Luke Shaw or whoever next to you not really trying, that makes you probably try a bit less hard, because, well, what's the point, because he's not doing it anyway. Whereas Malacia makes players around him try harder. And if they're slightly more talented than he is, that will kind of overcome the fact that he's maybe not the best on the ball, because the rest of the team is now going, fucking hell, I better kick, that's a bit of a kick up the arse. Look how he's playing.
No, perfect examples against the Scousers, right?
Yeah.
Last season we got absolutely hammered at Old Trafford. Mohamed Salah has the freedom of Old Trafford. Luke Shaw, just lets him go past him or doesn't even get close to him about 4 different occasions. Harry Maguire doesn't exactly help him out either, and neither does David De Gea for that matter. But it's just, go on, son, have a go constantly. Like, what is going on? This season, Salah does get past Malacia.
Yeah.
But Malacia gets back again and makes another tackle, makes another challenge. He did it a few times. I don't think it was just on Salah. I think it was on someone else as well. It's that thing of having that extra motivation matters. It stops us conceding goals. And Luke Shaw, he has some great traits going forward. And for England, and this sounds like I'm hating on Shaw, it sounds like I'm sort of not giving him a way to win. But I almost feel like with England, it doesn't matter what he does for England. Because I've seen him play for England in a tournament and be compared to Roberto Carlos and all that, because he was mint. And then I've seen him come back to United and be absolutely pony for the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I hear, he played really well, when England beat or drew with Germany, I think, so what? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I know that's harsh, but that's just how I feel. Because I think I've seen that before.
Unless that translates to direct form for Man United, then
say you what do I care? If he's played really well against Germany for England, fantastic. If he plays really well for Manchester United when he plays for us next game, I didn't see that in the derby. I saw glimpses. And plus, the thing with Luke Shaw is, if we were talking about a 21, 22, 23-year-old even, I'd go, all right. But the guy's, what is he now?
27.
27. He's been at the club for what? 8 years?
Should
what?
be his peak.
10 years. We bought him when he was 17, 18?
Bought him 2014, wouldn't it?
Was
would
it?
have been, yeah.
Sorry.
So, 8 years. 8 years, bro. I know he had the injury, but that was 6.5 years ago. Like, I just feel like we're having the same conversation about a player.
I think he's in his 9th season at United.
Sorry, his 9th season then, not 8. So, like, I don't know. I'm struggling to keep motivating myself to go, this will be it now for Luke Shaw. Do you know what I mean? He's
feels like the case.
I don't know when we're going to start seeing that. We've got a few super chats. Let me go through some of these. Man United winners says, hope we bash them. Though, to be honest, our focus is winning the league. This Europa is for bedding in for other players to come into the team. We are winning the league, only 6 points off the top. That's what we're focused on. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man United winners also says, good call, Jay. Work ethic is everything. If we're on it, we win in this league. Top manager, top squad, top fans, we've got this. I'm a believer, it's ours. One of the most confident Manchester United fans I've spoken to in the last decade there. Love it.
Yeah, do you know what? There's nothing wrong with being proper confident and maybe a little bit delusional now and again.
Yeah.
It's what separates us from the animals.
That's true, yeah. Nick Tannehill says, hi from Chicago. Ronaldo is is your chance to get 2 goals and cement that you're good enough to play. Oh, sorry, Ronaldo, here is your chance to get 2 goals and cement that you're good enough to play. Do you stay or do you go? Does he want to play? Sounded like he was pissed off the other day, didn't it? Well, Ten Hag literally said he was pissed off at not playing.
Isn't that like, water's wet, the sky's blue,
Ronaldo didn't play, he was pissed.
Yeah. Well, no, how did Ronaldo feel about not playing in, one of the biggest games of the season? He was buzzing.
He thanked me.
Yeah, he said, thanks for leaving me on the bench. As, the team was getting battered. It was mint.
Fergal McClements with a super chat. Does it amaze you as much as it amazes me how Rio and Scholes, etc. are pushing for Ronaldo to play in the Premier League? Most fans get it more than them. I don't know. I've not seen that. But assuming that's true, I wonder, there's obviously they've both played with him. They've both seen in their career, probably. I mean, obviously this isn't for me to say on their behalf, but they won't have played with anyone or many people that have had a better year than Ronaldo did in 2008. So for them, this is about as good as they've seen as a player. Maybe that clouds their judgment slightly. Maybe they know something we don't. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say they've got it wrong. No, but I don't quite see why we play Ronaldo.
I always think, how objective can you be over someone who's
former colleague?
Your former colleague who was, had one of the greatest seasons anyone's ever had for Manchester United Football Club, and I don't say that lightly. Do you know what I mean? But it is. You don't get much bigger than winning the Ballon d'Or, winning the Champions League, and winning the Premier League, and scoring 42 goals. Yeah, from basically, back when wingers were almost wingers. I mean, it's phenomenal, and obviously that's going to be in your mind. The fact that you probably still chat to him and you have contact with him as well, that's going to be in your mind as your mate. He's not just a former colleague; he's someone you sort of pally with. So those considerations are always going to weigh on you, and I don't think you can be fully objective, and I don't think you should be.
I wouldn't be.
I don't want my pundits to just be complete robots who are analytical and just go, rah, rah. If you've got a bit of skin in the game, or your heart telling you something, then go with it. And also, let's face facts. Anyone that argues for Cristiano Ronaldo should be playing in the Premier League, it's not an outrageous statement to make. No. The guy scored 18 Premier League goals last season. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you go, and he's one of the greatest footballers that's ever lived. So it's not like, can you believe what Rio said the other day? He said that Ronaldo should be playing. Wow, what's he on? It's a pretty basic
still Cristiano
statement.
Ronaldo, isn't
it? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think those guys like the likes of Rio, likes of Paul Scholes, and I'm not saying the kid in the chat is saying this, but I think that some of the ex-United players, they get tainted with this Ollie brush, don't they? That it was like they always backed Ollie because he was their mate, and now they're just doing it with Ronaldo and all that stuff. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think there is a little bit of that, but sometimes as well, it's a pretty fair comment to make that you think someone who you've played alongside, who was one of the greatest of all time, who's still banged in 18 Premier League goals last season in an underperforming Manchester United team, should be starting now.
Yeah, it's not too wild a claim, is it?
No.
We've got around 7 minutes till kick-off. Get your score predictions in the comments, and also like the video. Let's get to 1,000 likes before kick-off. I'll start with you, Abdul. Give me a score prediction and your scorers as well. How's this going
I'm going to go 4-0 Man United. Ronaldo with a penalty.
Wow.
Anthony with a banger from outside the box.
Yes.
Casemiro. Go on. Why not?
Wow, Casemiro on the score sheet.
Nice.
Has Eriksen scored for it?
No.
Then Eriksen.
Wow, I love it.
How about that?
Jay?
Do you know what? I can't remember what I said in the preview. But did I say 2-0 or 3-0 or something?
You said 50-0.
50-0. Do you know what? That's just so outlandish. I don't know what I was thinking.
I thought that at the time, but I didn't want to correct you because you.
What have you gone with?
I wanted to go 10, but I went 4.
You went 4?
Yeah, I wanted to go 10.
Did you?
What stopped you going 10? Just cowardice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit of a
lost your bottle in that.
Yeah, I lost my bottle.
Yeah.
After the weekend when I come on here and I just said, 3-1 United.
Typical.
Gonna hit City on a break.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I'll go.
Idiot.
I'm not going to go 10 though. That's just stupid. I'll go 7.
7-0.
7, yeah.
There's plenty
Just
of comments here. Someone said you said 5-0 apparently.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
All right then. Well, I'll split the difference and I'll go 6-0. There you go. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might actually beat these 6.
Watch us draw.
because
Watch us draw 0-0.
Mohammed Farkan says
man.
I'm going 15-0 United.
Yeah.
Matt's Remy Rom says 5-1 United. Leon Saunders says 3-0. Paul Jack Burns says 2-0. Bilal Sanchez says Ronaldo or Messi.
Ronaldo all day long. Can we do a quiz?
Go on then.
And we'll put it to the viewers. I know you guys know the answers. What was United's record European win and who was it against? What was the score and who was it against?
I'm not sure I do know this. I've
know
got
it.
a guess.
I don't know.
I'm going to... Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess. People can go in the chat now. United's
Give people
record
a minute.
ever European victory.
Then I'll have a guess.
Who is it against? And what was the score?
Is this like proper like your time?
No.
So like the 70s?
I'm good. Can I guess?
70s. I wasn't even born in the 70s.
I know.
No, but that's your time though, isn't it?
It is your time.
I love the way it's my time before I was born. Hey.
You remember on this?
My guess...
Yeah.
We've got a few coming in the comments.
Right. Go on.
I would have guessed 7-1 Roma.
No.
Is it not?
Not even remotely close.
Well, it has to be remotely close.
No, it's not.
40. What is it? What is it?
Well, like for starters, you can stop being aggressive. Go on, I'll give you a clue. It's a Belgian team, I believe.
As in like,
And
the clue, can it be
yes,
like,
Yes.
I was gonna.
Right, go on then. Give us a score.
But
Then.
is it like you said? It wasn't old.
If it's miles off 7, it's got to be at least 9.
Close. No cigar.
10-0.
Yes, 10-0.
Yes.
I believe it was 1957. I might be wrong about the year.
Like
So it was your time then. Why did you say it wasn't?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because
No,
I would have
is that
remembered
weird?
a 10-0 like in 2001,
Yeah,
even
but
though I was
so-
3
and
years
You
old.
obviously-
said
Jay-
70s, and I said no.
And Jay remembers it.
No, but then
the
you were like,
10-0,
no,
and now
it's
he's
not that.
pretending
Is that so it's my fault you didn't know it was Anderlecht?
No, you said it wasn't my
you ain't
time,
even
but
gonna
that's
get
your
that
time.
ever. So let's not kid ourselves.
It's when you said Belgium,
Hey.
I was going to say Anderlecht and 10
Yeah,
to
and
be
you-
fair, but I was just
Yeah,
confirming.
yeah, okay. Yeah, nice one.
Before we kick off, we've got about 4 minutes till kick off. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our merch.
Can we
Head
get on
over
my single
to
there?
paddockmerch.com. Jay's got the mug there.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got all sorts of other stuff as well.
no,
We've got
that's
Ten
not
Hag stuff. We've got a new Ericsson design coming out as well.
When all
We've
else
got
fails,
Martinez,
fresh tactics.
everything. We've got the Stretford Paddock collection. Go over and check out paddockmerch.com. The link to that is in the description. I mean, if you can't remember paddockmerch.com, then, go and click the link, but you probably can. We should be able to get that in the description anyway, because it is, but it's you have to scroll down a bit. Try and get it in the chat as well if we can. But head over to paddockmerch.com.
Have you heard of any of the Mona players?
No. Have you?
No, not unless you tell me like there's some,
I'm going to have a look
They have a guy called Bruno. That's
now. Yes, we have heard of one of them.
Go on.
Former Norwich and I believe Sheffield Wednesday striker, Gary Hooper.
What?
Is he playing for them now? Surely not.
Didn't he play for Celtic? Am I thinking of a different
No.
people?
Yeah, he did play for Celtic, yeah?
No, he did.
I don't know why I went Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday.
Hashtag knowledge.
He played 12 games. Oh, no, he didn't. He played 100 games for Sheffield Wednesday.
Did he score He scored against Barca, so basically these guys are Barcelona. I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the guy? I'm pretty sure he's the guy that scored on the break against Barca one time. I might be wrong.
Gary Hooper's one. Brandon Barker. Do you know him?
Who the hell's that?
Don't know.
Wait, so they got like a load of Brits playing for them?
Well, 2. 2 Brits.
Can we have a little bit of volume, please?
That guy.
Have we mentioned that Lennon's their manager yet? We have, right? Because I didn't know that until today.
This person, who is apparently 20 years old, but when you Google him, this is the picture that comes up.
Send it
is
to
it-
live produce. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let me just send you this. If we can put this on. So just going on Google, if you can get that on the screen and once I reveal it. So going on Google, you search Omonia players, click on the pictures. They've got a player called Charalambos Charalambous, right?
Charalambous.
Charalambos Charalambu.
Yeah.
And the picture that Google has, are we nearly ready? Just a few seconds. But the picture that Google has, I hope is the player, and I hope he's playing against us tonight.
Right.
For some reason, I think he's not. He's 20 years old. He's a midfielder for Omonia, and he looks like, according to Google, that.
Charalambos.
That's Charalambos Charalambu.
What, he's playing tonight?
According to Google, I'll just look. If you just got to my take that, get rid
He
of
looks
that.
like a dodgy lawyer in like
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
70s.
It says
based
there,
American
doesn't it?
movie.
There he is, Charalambos Charalambu.
It says
20-year-old
midfielder.
for Omonia.
Wait, he actually. Wait.
No, Abdul, he actually doesn't play for Omonia.
I was going to
That
say, no,
is
no, he
a
doesn't.
50-year-old bloke.
As in as Google have actually put that.
Google have actually put... Yeah, that wasn't like some joke.
I was so confused.
When you
I thought you just searched it and he has the same
No,
name.
when you Google Omonia players, that man comes up. So I hope he looks terrible for his age. I will say that about him, which is probably harsh to say, but I don't think anyone can deny that at this point.
Just a shout out here, they're giving, I think, is it a minute silence for the memory of the victims
Yeah.
of the tragedy in Indonesia.
Yeah. Horrible, that, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What was that?
Awful.
Was it like a protest or?
I think it was like crowd spilled out into the pitch and then there was tear gas and
Yeah.
just one of the most
sounded like,
horrendous
yeah.
things you've seen.
There's tear gas and then people sort of rushing toward the exits to get away from the tear gas, and there's a big crush.
Yeah.
And, more than 125 people apparently died. It's gone up to at least 174. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Mad.
So yeah, one of the worst ever stadium disasters in the history of football. So absolutely awful. Bloody hell, there's a lot in it.
Puts it into perspective, doesn't it, my friend?
Yeah, terrible. Do you think United will get out of this group unscathed? Is that almost a given?
I don't know. Sociedad away is going to be tricky, isn't it? Because they beat us at home, and it was a strong team we put out at home. So we can't take
We're
anything.
going
for granted.
through. It's just whether it's first or second, isn't it?
Yeah.
If the
I
whole
really
thing
would love to avoid that fucking Champions League knockout stage.
if the
Are Barcelona
bye
in
thing
the
is legit.
Europa now?
No, not yet.
Are they gonna be?
But even
Well,
if
they- if they lose to Inter, I
it's
think they
Inter
probably
though,
will.
like you'll end up with Inter anyway.
No, but well, eventually, I
Inter
come like that. Barca in the semis or whatever.
Yeah. And
I don't
the-
want
Barca in the
Barca.
final, 1991 Cup Winners' Cup remake.
Yeah.
I don't want Barca at all.
That's the most
'Cause
relevant
The thing is, Barca are actually
Barcelona
good
game.
this season.
Yeah.
They've just been a bit
Yeah, the others.
unlucky.
We've not played Barcelona in as big a game as that since 91.
No. And we've kicked
None
off.
I can think of.
Yeah, can't remember any.
Decent looking stadium. I love that just everywhere in the world there's big football stadiums. It's just great, that, isn't it? Have you been to Cyprus, Jay?
Yes, my friend, big shout out to Koshi and Alex. They got married in Limassol.
You ever been
Best
to a
man.
game there?
No, we got caught in the traffic. Though we drove one night, a few of us, to Ayia Napa, and it was Nicosia had won the cup or something for the first time in years, and the streets were all rammed with them all celebrating. It was mental.
Nice.
Have you ever been to like a proper random game in Europe? Like I want to do that. Like
Not really, no.
like not United involved, but like just
No,
like
I
whatever.
think it's it's something. Yeah, I've spoke about doing. Me and my missus spoke about maybe going over to. I know it's not random, is it? Going to see El Clasico. It's one of the biggest in the
No,
world.
but it'd be good though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just she's into a football. I thought, but yeah, something decent to do. Have you done it? Imagine
I've done a few like random footy games, but like mainly top teams. I went last to Milan Napoli a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, that is actually so cheap to do. Like Milan, I'd recommend anyone who's
yeah.
UK based to just do it because we ended up going. I think my mates got cheaper tickets than me. I ended up getting something expensive like an idiot. But like you can get tickets for like €33. I think it is something around there.
What for the game or to
For the
get over
game,
there? Yeah.
and then obviously the flights can get cheap. We got done with the flights for like 100 because of Fashion Week, so it was like dead busy. But then it's fucking class, bro. Like you spend like 150 to 200. You go watch a game of football, like spend 2 days in a city, eat nice food, and come home. So
Jay's
I'd
usually in
recommend
Milan
anyone
for
in
Fashion
UK to
Week
do it.
anyway, so that'll.
Yeah, I usually
it's
go
no
down there to
extra
see
charge.
what sort of hoodies Nike and Adidas have brought out.
They always ask him to bring this through, and it's Jay special. This Adi limited edition for Jay.
Yeah, no one else
Honestly,
has got that. You
yeah,
can't
I've not
get
seen
that.
anyone else wear that.
Yeah, I keep getting stopped in the street. People asking me where to get it.
What?
Go on, my
what a
son.
ball. Oof.
Who was that cross?
Such a nice cross. Delors, I think it was.
Bruno Fernandes is a bit of a machine, though, isn't he? I know he's like can frustrate a lot, but he's got a race engine on him.
Don't know how he just keeps playing like these
Wow,
games
I love that.
week in, week out.
Like 94th minute, and he's absolutely sprinting.
I know, and he plays every single.
That's
Yeah.
something you can't take away from him. To
No.
be fair.
Yeah, it is, and some of that must just be innate because there are so many players that try as hard as him and probably work their arse off who
This
just don't
setup
have the lungs and the
is
durability that he does.
Is made for Ronaldo.
That was one of the
Sorry to
worst
stop you.
corners
The
I've ever seen
setup,
there.
I just thought of it, and I was just made for Ronaldo, and it like just pure like creators all over the place,
Yeah.
set piece takers. The only thing is, you know what's weird? Like when I watch Portugal, they just swing the ball in constantly, and then teams just figure out it's like, okay, you're just throwing the ball in the box to get it to Ronaldo. I feel like you need to have a bit more of a mix of it. United have had that patch as well last season, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where we're just chucking it in the box
Do you know
every
you,
time.
you play someone on Ultimate Team who's got like a decent team, and then they've
Yeah.
got Maradona, who they obviously like
Yeah.
packed early on, and they're trying to put everything through him. You're like, if I just mark Maradona, I'm going to win this game. And it's like people just stand there and are like, well, they're going to pass to him at the end of this move by one way or the other. Yeah, I think for Portugal sometimes they do hamper themselves doing that. Go on then, Malacia pushing really high there.
Love us to have like a strong start, man. Like get a couple at the start.
I know. I'm worried. My prediction, I think it'll be 3-0. I think it'd be a 3-0 where you go, could have done better.
Yeah, I don't want that, man. I want like a
So many of
battering-
them the last couple of years
Yeah.
where like, yes, we won, but for most of the game, you weren't really sure if we were going to win or not.
Yeah.
You can see that Casemiro proper in the hole in it.
Yeah.
Played
Dallo and
very high up.
yeah,
United,
Malacia
right.
both really high up. It's almost like he's
Malacia
like,
as well.
here's how we want to play eventually.
This is where Malacia was playing a lot of. Like you see that centre where he is
centre
now.
mid.
But at Feyenoord he was playing in that role, and I know that Ten Hag liked that with his fullbacks. But I think he prefers Delors to do that attacking, getting inside, getting on the outside as well. I'm guessing maybe because he prefers Delo to do the attacking bit.
Whereas
yeah.
Malacia, he often uses him as a basically central midfielder, doesn't he? That's an optimistic pass there. How are you feeling, Jay? Some people in the comments asking if you're feeling any better.
Yeah, I'm getting
People said
there.
by the sound of it,
Thank you.
you're on death's door yesterday.
Yeah, I was. It was rough yesterday.
Yeah. Rough as pigs.
Yeah. But time is a great healer.
Nice that.
The prospect of United versus Omonia motivated me. Cured, got there, beat them germs.
What are you popping there?
Strepsils and that.
Nice.
Hardcore.
You're
just
popping them like
just like the 90s.
you're popping them like you're popping something else. There.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's-
got your
he's-
strepsils.
Strepsils.
He started
Do
crushing
you see
one
for the
up
tenor?
and doing and putting it out in a line.
Ball there from Martinez. I like that.
Bruno.
Nice touch. Oh, just loses it.
The
Yeah.
green and white sort of horizontal stripes
That's
are
sporting.
surprisingly common in
just
football,
stand
aren't they?
over that geezer.
They're a very popular
That's a good point. Yeah.
type of
Celtic
kit.
Sporting.
Celtic Sporting, these Plymouth.
Oh, Plymouth.
It's Plymouth.
The Oval. Is the Oval? What am I thinking of? Boo.
When like
Boo.
get him off
Send him off, ref. Get him
on
off.
a Plymouth and
Send him off.
they
Sick of
sort
him.
of your typical vertical stripes.
That is one of the most annoying shots in football.
What the near
Just to say.
post
That like near post, but then it's like awfully
scuff.
scuffed. Yeah.
Palmeiras, another one. So
Oh, nice.
Go on,
come on,
Anthony.
Anthony. He's speedy.
Love that.
Look at him,
A lot quicker than
the speedster.
what people usually say, innit? Like sometimes you see a burst from Anthony.
Yeah. He hasn't really had a chance to show his speed that much yet. That's
Lovely
good
ball
pass.
from Ericsson there. Very quick football so far from
Yeah.
United.
Yeah,
a lot
it's
more.
good.
Seeing it.
Come on, into Malacia. Don't waste time.
Back to Bruno.
Why didn't he just find Malacia there? Like, Malacia's in. If you play him there, surely.
Yeah. Is it Mix that the name of their player in the midfield there?
It looks like it.
Absolute monster of a haircut. On
I was
there.
about to say that is very impressive.
Fucking unreal haircut.
Seriously. Set your watch to that haircut.
Just makes no sense whatsoever. Honestly, sensational haircut though. Really good.
What is
It's
that?
one of the. It's like I can't work
You
out
know
what
what
it's
it
like a
is?
mullet.
It's on the Simpsons. I remember on the Simpsons. Homer Simpson's dad is it Abe.
Yeah.
He's looking at his baseball cards, and he's one of the baseball cards got long guy, and he says, "You know what a haircut like? You want a haircut like this?" And it's like some baseball player with a crew cut. He goes, "He's got a haircut you can set your watch to."
Oh, he's gone.
Excuse me.
But yeah, keep an eye out for that absolute weapon of a haircut that he's got there. Stunning stuff. Apparently, Mix was played at City a few years ago.
Well, that's it. Then we're playing against City and Barcelona.
Do you know that Neil Lennon thinks he's managing Celtic?
That makes sense.
Right, they've told him this is Celtic versus United in the Champions League.
He's had a fall. Like,
Right.
he's ended up on his head.
Because they're
and
a bit skinned. They said, we can't pay you.
No.
But you're going to manage Celtic in the Champions League. He's like, really? Like, yeah, look. All right,
Look
yeah,
at
nice
the
one.
kits. Look at the
Kits are the
and that.
same and that, yeah. All right, yeah. Sweet.
Bet he's woken up one day. He's like, "Why is it always sunny here?"
Yeah.
Going on?
Yeah.
I don't remember this being that sunny in
Have you
Scotland.
seen the pictures
But
from like the
and
United?
then
fans
it's just
there?
like global
Nice.
warming.
Global warming. Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it?
Did we win? Did Rangers win the league? No, you did.
Why is it so believable? Like, Neil Lennon would do that. You know what? I didn't know he was managing them until today.
Did you not?
Oh no, that pass was on. Now flick it.
Ronaldo.
Oh, great effort. Good ball from Anthony
yeah,
as well.
good play there.
Isn't it weird how, like, Fergie went to Scotland? Or didn't go to Scotland, he was from Scotland. Smashed it in Scotland, comes to England as the greatest
it's
manager
poor.
ever.
Yeah.
And yet you've had so many managers in Scotland since who've smashed it in Scotland and done nothing where they've gone elsewhere.
Lennon,
like
Gerrard.
Lennon, Gerrard,
David
Souness.
I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Who?
Said David Moyes. He's Scottish, but he's not
Yeah.
managing.
Go on, what you say? Brendan Rodgers, another one, yeah. Loads of him. Right, to go up to Scotland, win a
But
treble.
to be fair, it's like Ferguson didn't just win a few leagues with
No, he
Celtic.
smashed
did
it.
He He's still the last person to win the
Casemiro has been
league with
absolutely
a team that
stinky,
wasn't
by the way.
Rangers or
Yeah. Oh
Celtic.
no. I know.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest managers of
What
all
is he
time.
doing?
Fergie, you think so?
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying, no one's done anything since. Like, no one's gone up to Scotland
What
or
is
come
this?
from Scotland after smashing it and done anything.
really.
Well, Rodgers won an FA Cup. Souness won an FA Cup and a League Cup, whatever. Sorry, said Rodgers. Gerrard had a good 12 games at Villa.
Yeah.
But it does seem a bit like Lennon came from winning trebles to bloody getting sacked from Bolton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just a quick point on Casemiro there, by the way. Like, there was a ball on there for Delo, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the ball, is. And he's played a brilliant ball in behind.
That
We should
is-
keep complaining about him. But yeah, that's a lot better. But then there's a standard ball onto the right to Delo, and he just...
What are you focusing on the
Passing
negative
to
for when he's just done that?
I love Casemiro.
Hey, do you know what I mean? Like, you've
I
got
was-
two passes you could have picked
Listen,
out.
I was
a
shouting.
poor one and a mint one, and you picked the poor one.
What do you mean? No, because I said the mint one was good. I'm focusing on both, mate. I'm a partial
Listen,
man.
Just because you hate Casemiro, because you.
I don't hate Casemiro. I was asking
you wanted
Zidane to put him
see-
in the team at
you wanted
Madrid.
to see-
If you were in the living room with me before that El Clasico, when I was telling my mates he should be playing DM him, they got a good DM. Why are they
you
playing
wrote to,
Rodriguez, Cruz, and Modric?
You wrote personally
Yeah.
to Joel Glazer saying, "Don't buy Casemiro. We don't need him."
He's just there for a payday.
We don't need that smoke.
And that's when the Glazers were like, yes, checkbook out. That's what we want to do. I'm hungry.
He is weirdly inconsistent on the ball, isn't he? Like he's...
It's like having a gremlin here sometimes. What are you doing? Put your phone away.
Do you know what it is? I'm
Hey,
trying to put it in my pocket so you don't rob it.
Wow.
You're the one that robbed a... What's it called?
What have I robbed?
Southampton goalkeeper's phone yesterday.
I just said I watched the game on his phone for like 20 seconds.
And then gave it him back after you'd let him out of the room that it was locked in.
Yeah. He was locked in the store at work. But,
Who's your favourite United player?
Current.
Yeah.
It's whoever scores this goal, because I reckon
Yeah.
there's a goal right here. I
Yeah,
can
me
feel
too.
it in my blood.
It feels really ready to go, doesn't it? My favourite United player,
Yeah.
I love it when Sancho does this and turns
probably
back.
Bruno.
Bruno.
In this team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruno.
Do you ask this every stream?
No.
Why do I feel like I've heard you ask?
All right, maybe I've asked it before. It's not like I'm
Who's
not
yours?
allowed to. Probably. It's usually Marcus is my usual answer because
Yeah,
I am a big
Rashford.
sucker for what he does off the pitch as well, and the fact he's from
He
Wivenshaw.
makes a lovely casserole, doesn't he?
But he's had a bit of a shocking time of it, so it's become hard at times.
That ball from Anthony was nice.
Bruno's
That's
up there though. I do like Bruno.
I like Bruno.
And Ericsson's come in with a bang, and I've loved him since he's got here.
Ericsson's a good shout. I like the
that
low.
clears that up then. Any of them
like the low, and I like the low.
Yeah, so yours is the low.
No, it's Rashford, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to give him a shout out.
To be fair, you like Rashford a lot more than anyone I know. I
Well,
love
really?
I love how you defend him on socials.
Of course, man.
I'm all about that. 'Cause it's easy to just lay into players on social media. You get loads of likes if you do it. Do you know what I mean?
Plus everyone
if
thinks
everyone
he's-
hates on someone, you just join in. You guaranteed everyone will like what you say.
It's easy.
But if you say, actually, give him a break,
Hold up.
people come firing for you, but why not?
Plus, he's not 100% Wivenshaw. He's actually got a bit of Wivington in him.
Well, this is,
yeah.
even better.
Even nicer that. Adds
So
another
that's me.
element to
That's
it.
ends.
Yeah, that's like my kids see. They were born in Wivenshaw, raised in Salford.
Made in the Royal Navy.
Yeah, made in the Royal Navy.
Them adverts are mad.
I was born in Wies.
Oi, Casemiro with the left-footed switch
There you
out
go,
to the
you
low.
see?
He's been hearing me.
But that's the
He's
thing with
listening.
Casemiro is he plays some balls that are really difficult, better than like McTominay or whatever.
Yes.
But then he gives such easy balls away. at
Straightforward
times.
on the way.
Yeah.
I'm really liking Anthony, by the way, this game. Like that second half of City and so far in this game, it's like he's come alive. Martinez there with the burst. I was going to predict Martinez bagging, but I didn't want to get too giddy.
Right, okay.
So I just stuck to Casemiro and the other two. That
Nah,
we
well,
just-
I'm going to predict Martinez to bag.
Go on.
Because you obviously
I'm
don't have
gonna
any
blame
faith in him. I do.
If he's a bag.
Matthew Cowder,
You
the
obviously
super
don't
chat,
like Martinez, but I like him.
says, Jay, you
Facts.
have to stop
Facts.
swilling that sweet.
That throat sweet.
Jay, you have to stop swilling that throat sweet around in your mouth right next to the mic. My head is
Whoever
about
commented
to
that
explode.
sounds like he
Sorry.
really likes it. What a turn by Ronaldo that was. Oof.
I don't even know how he
He's
did
back.
that.
He's back.
Back
Is
to
he?
goal.
Really?
Surely he's back.
Yeah.
I just seen what he said there. Did you see what he said?
No.
So obvious.
What did he say?
He said, Buddha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can just see it.
Well, he should be booked for that.
Good.
What does that mean, by the way? Am I saying something really bad?
I don't know.
It means flipping heck
It means
in
ruddy
Portuguese.
Not again.
What's that? Oh, my bad. If I hurt anyone's feelings on stream, I've just been told
Martinez.
by a Geordie
Almost.
behind the camera. What it
I love
means.
the fact that when Ronaldo did that, so you're like, he's back.
He's back.
No, it was that and the left-footed shot.
This is
across goal. He's obviously
2014
back.
Ronaldo again. This.
No, but that is 2014 Ronaldo. That left-footed shot, by the way, is power across goal.
Isn't it mad that Ronaldo was 30 in 2015?
Yeah.
Really?
7 years ago. How is that possible?
That's mad when he said it because he went crazy.
He was.
Like, won the Euros, then he won like 3 Champions Leagues. He's a GOAT.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see, this is where it's a problem with Sancho. Like, it's not his fault, but
Do you know what?
Poor old legs aren't picking up.
I don't care what anyone says, and I will go to my grave thinking this. I'm glad he never went to City. Because he gets them over the line last season at the Champions League. I'm fucking telling you now.
yeah.
If you don't think he's got a goal in one of those games against Real Madrid, I've got some magic beans to sell you, because he does.
Got a bit of magic sausage and all.
Exactly. You know the dance, son. Do you know what I mean?
If someone tries
He's
to-
worth at least a couple of goals in that competition for him. He scored 6 for us and we were pony.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He gets them over the line and then what? They beat Madrid and they're playing the Scousers in the final. Come on.
Yeah.
And then you've got to put up with City fans watching Ronaldo lifting the trophy in front of us. Yeah, nice. So
I
I'll
like to
say
think
that.
at certain times you've sort of taken that fantasy to its sort of very end, how that affected your sort of.
Oh! You flip! Why didn't you just shoot?
Jesus, wet.
Sorry, guys.
Did he back heel it as well?
That is so jarring, man. Come
That's never a
on.
foul. That's soft, that.
No, why'd you do that? Why'd you shoot?
Proper FIFA'd it.
That was a great ball, by the way. Who was that? Was that Casemiro? No, don't show us the foul. Who cares about that?
It's not even a foul.
Soft, that. He's just gone down as soon as he's come near him.
It
Not
was
bad.
Martinez. What a ball. Why didn't you just
Oh, it's just a
shoot?
bad
Just
pass
lob
as
it.
bad pass.
He had such a good start to the game as well up until that. Come on, Anthony, man. But one thing I do like about that, positive, Anthony's getting in behind defences.
Not seen much of that from him yet, have we?
Yeah.
I mean, what the negative is, he was shit when he was there. But the positive is, he got there.
Next time he does
Right,
it, he
here we go.
bags.
Now again.
This is the goal. This is absolutely the goal.
Bruno, Ronaldo, back to Bruno, in behind.
Touch.
Dinks it, top of the crossbar, Ronaldo!
Handball!
Hell.
Oh, why is it shush?
Is he offside?
I don't know.
God.
You know what? Some quick football there.
Looking nice.
Foley, we played Omonia, is it?
Omonia.
Ammonia every week.
17 minutes into the game. Who is it we're playing? How many have you had?
Also, if only we play this every week,
I've
it's
had-
0-0.
Yeah, Roland
If
could be
only
drawing
we could
0-0
draw
every week
against
against
these
the
every
Monia.
week.
I've had 20 of
Hey.
these squishies
Can I
have a
arguably
squishy,
be
please?
sacked?
because I don't have proper meals anymore.
Why not?
I just stop in service stations and have salmon and cheese bagels for like £5.
What?
That's not a proper meal.
Man, you're getting
So
absolutely ripped off at service stations. It's like a
Yeah,
different
done.
planet. It's like, oh, can I have a tuna sandwich? Yes, that'll be 14 quid. What?
No.
How'd you work that one out? Then in another time zone here, or what?
It's like, well,
why
you
am I
think that's
suddenly paying
expensive?
5 times the normal price just because I'm stopped on the motorway? You dickhead.
You got to split that tuna baguette with your kids.
Yeah. It's like, hang on a minute. We're not going back home because I can't afford any petrol now.
It's hardly
We're going to live at a
prime
service
real estate as
station for
well.
the rest of the year.
They're literally in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Hello?
It's not like this service station in Mayfair, is
Yeah.
it? It's literally on the side of the road near fucking Colchester.
How
like,
they all got
you're
together and decided this as well?
Dunno.
Like, we're all going to absolutely rinse it with all. Like, every service station's agreed to this.
There's no option in it. So
Right,
that
so
way
How
you
is
starve.
a bit of deodorant this big?
Yeah.
$6.99.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? That's it. That'll last me to the next stop. Fucking hell, bro.
And then
Yeah,
you
you
get
need
to
to
the,
stop that. You're going to be absolutely skinned.
almost
You
as bad as
cannot-
the airport.
Man cannot survive off service station food alone.
Have you ever ordered
unless
anything-
they're a billionaire.
Have you ever ordered anything on a ferry? It makes
ferry?
a service station look
I've
fucking
never been on a
cheap.
ferry.
Does it? Yeah,
Honestly.
you're double fucked on a ferry, aren't you?
Because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go to the
Yeah,
shop,
I mean-
we're in fucking international
Shaving out,
waters.
start fishing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, all you've got is ferry.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it in terms of cost.
How long are you on the ferry
16
for?
quid. Not that long, but it depends which ferry you're getting. You can get one round the side of Spain down to the south of France that takes you 24 hours.
My mates used to get a ferry.
Game over.
4 hours.
With
22 hours.
funny money.
Long that.
They used to get rid of the funny money on the fella.
How do you get some of that? I'd love a bit of that.
Funny money.
Nasty cash in that.
Yeah.
How do you get it?
I don't know. I'm well out of that fucking caper. I was never in it.
Yeah, sure. I bet.
Jay was a dodgy guy back in the day, you know. That whenever I have like a deep convo with Jay, I always think that like you're a bit of a
I am
madman,
a
aren't you?
law-abiding citizen. I'm telling you that now.
I'm joking by the way.
Do you ever use the word narcotics?
Narcotics.
It's so American, isn't it?
Narcotics.
It's a more American
You got
word than narcotics.
Narcotics.
in that suitcase.
Narcotics, you know.
I've never even thought about that. I think that might be the most American word in existence. Narcotics.
What?
I've never heard one English person say that until just now.
Imagine if you was like an undercover copper over here and you went up to a drug dealer and went, excuse me, have you got any narcotics? You just get your head caved in, wouldn't you? Straight away. He's a fed. Fuck off. Batter him. Do you know what I mean?
Narcotics.
You wouldn't last 10 seconds.
No, you wouldn't. That's game over.
Narcotics. What even is that? Let's just get rid of that. We don't need it. It's drugs and then the fucking the nicknames for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the one.
Fucking brilliant.
Have you ever seen that show? Is it Narcos?
Yeah.
That's midnight,
Sick
innit?
show. I stopped though when they got onto the Mexican bit.
Yeah, I started. but
Lovely
then I
ball
didn't
from
see that one
Anthony.
through.
Hey, listen, Anthony
Oh!
Dinky. Oh, I'm vibing with Anthony this game.
Sophie's just
I'm liking
shouting
him.
dinky for some reason.
What?
When they brought it there, she went,
Dinky.
dinky!
You do have these like little episodes sometimes. Like, was it Bellum?
Bellum.
Oh, that's one of my favourite
Bellum.
videos ever on Paddock.
Honestly, bro. He was like, Bellum.
No, he's like,
Bellum.
I tried to say Bellingham.
no, but he let go for a bit. Like, he said Bellingham and he went, then he went, Bellum.
He's on side there.
I watched that video so many times, just dying, man.
Excuse me?
Got any more of them little squishy
You got a bit of brains in the operation? Yeah.
Oh, mate, just go for
Dish
it.
them out.
5 any more of these.
Share
I'm
them out.
finished.
They're so soft but so chewy at the same time.
I don't know why it's making one.
I cannot-
Oh,
I
mate,
cannot
that
understand
keeper
it.
stinks. What is that? This is proper our level,
know
isn't
what?
it? This is our level, this.
This game, right, it's one of those games where we get an early goal because let's face facts, no one gives a fuck. And then we can chill. I don't like it when it's 0-0.
Can I say what my score prediction was? I was chatting to Anna before. I said 3-0. We'll score after about 30 minutes. At the first 20 minutes, thinking, fucking hell, this is a bit dull.
Yeah.
Then we'll get one more just before half time.
Then we'll get like a penalty.
And then we'll get one just after half time. And then not another goal for the last like 35, 40 minutes.
Oh,
And
I
3
hate
goals
those games.
just before the end of the first half and the start of the second half. And then just boring for the
Oh,
rest of
these
the
What's the
guys
worst
are so
game
bad.
you've ever been
They're
to?
so bad.
The worst game.
We lost
Like,
2-1.
don't mean like, don't say, oh, we got battered off Scouts 5-0. Like, just the worst game of football.
Yeah,
should say.
the worst game of football. United game.
Any game. Could be. You could have watched, I don't know, you might have gone to an England game or watched, your local non-league
Trying
team,
to
whatever.
think.
Just like as a spectacle. 'Cause I think the worst game would be like either the 6-1 or the 5-0 or whatever. I get all that.
You know what's up
But
there?
like the most
Severe
like
away.
horrible, pathetic,
Yeah.
Oh,
shit
no.
game.
Just pure shit.
You're gonna go Sevilla. Do you know what? That was a 0-0, wasn't it?
No. But to be fair, they made like a save and. It was,
from the
but
Ben
we
Yedder
were so
header?
bad from us. Yeah, that was so bad from us.
I might. Do you know what?
It's up there, you know.
Olympiacos was the same for me. That was. It only lost 2-0, but that was so bad.
That was really
Just the
bad.
quality in it. It's when
Everything about that.
the
was,
ball just doesn't settle at all. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Like when it's
it was-
pinging
and then,
about.
you know what? I don't know. If
Few of the Van Halen.
I usually don't care about this sort of thing, but when the players just walked past us all as well, you like don't even acknowledge it. And that.
Bro, you've trekked it all the way.
I tell you what's up there, and it's definitely recency bias because I've been to worse games than this. I think I went to a game where we lost to Blackburn like 2-1, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it was just like, what am I watching here? Atletico Madrid last season was pretty bad, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
The 1-0 where it's
I
like,
feel bad
are we
'cause I
even a
too.
football team here?
Because he sacrifices all these games because he has to do watchalongs and that. I said to him, man, it's not fair you doing all these fucking games. I said, and I went to the away. I said, why don't you go to the Atletico game? He's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, come on, man. Why should you fucking miss out? He's like, oh, thanks. I ended up texting him saying, I'm sorry.
The worst thing is,
I'm sorry I made you go to that or let you, or not.
it was mainly the ref. that made
Encouraged you
that.
to go.
We were
to it.
bad, but it was mainly the ref. Honestly, that was horrible. The guy
Do you
stopped
know
the
what it
game
was
every
though?
2 seconds.
It was just that was the sort of thing and the mentality that's crept in with all
Ronaldo scoring this.
this nonsense about like
That's not a free kick.
like the ref and all that, bro.
No, but bro, that ref.
We were shit.
No, we were bad. I said,
And
but is in
Ralph
as a
Rangnick
football.
got it all kinds of wrong.
No, I'm saying forget you're watching Man United. Forget it's the team you're supporting. But in terms of a game, that's just stopping every 2 seconds.
No, it was good. You were very much back in Milan fashion with it, weren't you? Gucci got it all kinds of wrong.
Darling,
Really,
it was
like-
a travesty.
I love that. Yeah.
Honestly, no, it did though.
He
like,
did get it all kinds of wrong, though.
Like, we woke up when Miles came on. We're fucking 8 minutes ago, whatever it was. That's what
And
it
then
felt
when he was
like.
playing Rashford right wing back.
It's like, what are you doing? Have you just
On the
do you
touchline.
know what I mean? You just
it's
fucking flips a coin and decided what to do.
That time when he was playing like Rashford on the right, picking up the ball from like our centre backs was so funny to watch. Because that's the worst place for him to play. He just looks
Ronaldo.
horrible. in that.
Honestly.
What was that, 25 yards out?
That's a goal. That like going off so far. What's happened with Ronaldo? Like he's come close a couple of times. This is like peak.
Is it fuck a goal? It's going in row Z.
2016. Oh mate, this is peak 2016
Behave yourself,
Ronaldo,
son.
man.
Told you.
Only row B, though.
Yeah, that doesn't look like.
You look like an
Waffle.
idiot. And you look like an idiot.
If you see
I
Ronaldo
was
take
close
100
to
free
it.
kicks and you say that for everyone, you'll be wrong twice.
No, but if you think about it, that's one for the fans to like remember, innit?
Yeah,
Ammonia
son.
fans.
Get your head on that.
I love that.
Have you seen the one?
What are you
the
thinking
one-
about, lad? Do you remember that game 15 years ago?
That's-
when
that's not in
Ronaldo
row
kicked
A.
the ball 12 yards over the bar. That was one to remember, wasn't it, lad? That free
but
kick
is it like-
Ronaldo had.
Nah, but the ammonia, the A starts at the top and it goes down to Z at the bottom. Greek, innit? Greek alphabet.
Alphabet.
Greek alphabet. Greek Orthodox.
I know none of that makes sense.
Yeah.
Go on, my son. Go on, Sancho.
Sometimes it's just a bit too slow.
We got that limiter on.
That was a
his mics,
Dortmund and he
innit?
buried that.
Yeah, he would have because he's put on weight since he's been here.
I always hear, you always hear,
He
that
gets-
Old Trafford. You always hear that Old Trafford
Is it
about
embarrassing when someone puts on weight?
any player. Don't be eating all them squidges.
Putting on weight is embarrassing. Give me some sweets from that.
He's just on about 10
Is
bombs.
that all the squidges as well?
It's part of a little routine.
These
I
are
was doing
so
about
hard
putting
to
on
eat
weight.
and they're so bad for you, man.
Can't believe you did us that.
What's
I
the
ain't
worst
proper
food for you, do you think?
What do you mean?
A bag of cocaine.
Not food, though, is it? It's more of a.
You can
It's more of an aftershave, if anything.
You can treat it like
cocaine.
It's a scent-based game.
Excuse me, waiter.
No, but you can treat it as food, and that's the worst thing possible because you die. of it.
Lovely,
Well, in that case, cyanide or broken glass or fucking, you know what I mean?
you know,
Your own liver.
Your own dad.
Yeah. Oh! Who's this muppet? Fabiano. Never even heard of you.
Right for me, no.
Oh, look at me saving shots.
Fabiano,
Pathetic.
sorry. Yeah,
He's got a little thing going on there, hasn't he?
Iron Robin. Eat your
Got a little
heart.
whipping stance on it. Oh, it's a good save that as well, you know.
You know what? Anthony is alive. He's arrived and he's alive.
It's a bargain.
Joe
Worth
McGrath
every
thinks
penny.
he's shit.
Who?
Joe McGrath.
Do you remember? Joe McGrath thinks that if you
Joe
swapped him,
McGrath
if you swapped
hates-
Haaland for him, City'd still win.
Watch this. Watch this now. Watch what he does. Look at this Brazilian
Go on,
midget.
skinny me shit.
Go on, Bruno.
What is
Awful.
that? What is that?
Malacia. Something's building here. Ericsson. Back to Malacia.
Didn't know we were
You know what?
commentary channel.
This has got
No,
1-0 to Omonia.
Back to Martinez.
It's written all over it.
United have had 9
line.
attempts
Sancho
already.
gets tackled.
He loves that Sancho, innit? Oh, nice little nip
Bruno
around the
back
corner.
to the Gea.
San-
Gea's holding next to his own box. He gives it to Martinez.
Yeah, Sancho loves those, innit? He nips it around the corner. It looks sick, and then he's just too fat to get to it. No, not that I can talk. No, listen.
Too fat to
From
get
a
to.
big
He's
boy
like
to another
fucking
big boy.
7.5 stone. He's tiny. Knocks it around the corner, then he's too fat to get to it. Like he's a fucking.
We've gone from sticking up for Jadon Sancho.
No, man, he's my
talking
guy.
like
I'm
he's
joking.
Some sort of sumo
I'm
wrestler.
joking. He's
Plodding
my
around
guy.
the pitch.
Literally, he's my guy, bro.
He's too fat to get there.
He's catching up to my weight.
Hey, he's.
I'm on the cut. He's.
There'd be a point where it's like.
There's a big thing on Twitter where they say like he just drinks a lot of Magnum, whatever that is.
Oh yeah.
Because there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
loads of pictures with him holding that.
Right.
So
Go on.
that's maybe where the weight comes from. Why he's randomly just slowed down.
I love it when you say where the weights come from, like he's bulging out of his shirt. He's fucking hanging off.
Like he's R9 at Milan. Yeah. Remember that, by the way?
Ronaldinho.
Bro, I was watching a game the other day. It was a sick game of football, yeah, because Pato, Seedorf, Kaka, Not Kaka, sorry. I just made out. It wasn't Kaka, but like R9. Yeah, Kaka was there, I'm pretty sure. And it was against Napoli, and R9 was so fat, bro. Like, the guy, I don't know how he was still that good.
That's not what Jadon Sancho looks like.
Right.
No, I'm not saying he's like that.
Yeah, you're in there, son. You're in.
You know what? That wasn't bad, you know.
Go on, keep it alive.
Why didn't no one gamble? There. It was a good ball, that, from CR.
Jeez.
Nah, no one knows how to let themselves go like Brazilian players when they've had enough.
I love it.
I love Anderson getting that oxygen in his debut for his new club. Is that unfair?
Funny
They lay on the fucking suspect oxygen, you know. They thought, yes, we've got a 4 times Premier League winning, Champions League winning Brazilian international here, boys. Watch what he can do. 20 minutes later, get me an ambulance.
He's fighting for his life.
We nearly killed him. They
remember
know
that
how
picture.
to let themselves
Yeah, I want to get someone get that picture up. Honestly, I want to see that.
It's ridiculous.
Adriano as well. They had to lock him in a hotel room because he wouldn't stop eating.
Really?
Madness. He stayed in there till you've lost 2 stone.
Seriously.
What? That's not legal.
That can't be real.
Yeah, they all do it like Ronaldinho did it, didn't he? He just fucking had enough after a while.
Ronaldinho went prison.
Fabinho's like he's wanted, isn't he?
And then he was putting dodgy pictures on the internet from prison.
Yeah.
Big bone Brazilian Adriano put under house arrest, forced to go on diet by Corinthians. Apparently,
What a tight, you know.
they've decided to lock him in his hotel room and only give him food okayed by the club's medical staff. Time call for desperate
I've never
measures.
heard of that before. Like the opposite of a hunger strike.
Yeah. Corinthians fitness trainer says in the hotel we have more control over him. He knows we're trying to do all the best for him. All of us are dedicated, but it depends on him. Weight loss comes only through diet.
You just missed that. But I was just giving the deadest pass ever and just got over the fucking what's it called? Oh, bro.
Right, never mind your fucking phone.
Yeah, I was just making sure what the score was in the Wales women's game.
Did you see that goal?
I just made that up. It is happening though.
Did you see that goal in the MLS? Another prime example of why it's a load of fucking garbage, that league.
What have you got against the MLS?
It's just fucking.
Don't get the
shocking,
Americans on us.
Like, come on.
Listen, we got a load of fans from the US.
Listen, I'm not criticising Americans.
He doesn't like his.
Why do you like Americans?
I do like Americans.
No, but
clearly
why does it seem like you?
Yeah, but you clearly don't because you're a bit too passionate about that.
Yeah,
like,
do you know what I mean?
that's why that league's bad. No, it
yeah,
isn't
you
bad.
said it's
They
bad
got
for the country.
Bernadeschi playing there. That's a great league.
Yeah,
He's just played in like big Champions League games 2 years ago, and now he's in the MLS, and he's not even 30
That
yet.
doesn't mean shit.
And he's not even 30 yet.
Okay, that's irrelevant.
Chiellini.
Yeah.
Shall I give you one? The best one. Harvey Neville at right back.
Harvey Nicks.
Harvey Neville.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. For Miami.
Like, they've had good players there.
Phil
Don't get me
Neville's
wrong.
son,
By the way,
George Best.
Yo,
Callum Best.
Oh, I'm not going to say it.
George Best.
Harvey
Right.
Neville is not a good football player.
He is.
I don't want to say it. I have some harsh words about him. And Romeo Beckham. They both stink.
Well, if he's not very good,
Oh my days.
Go on, Anthony. Go on,
Anthony's he's unreal. He's the best player ever.
Wow. This could be the goal of the season.
no, he's fucking booking then.
Get him fucking sent off.
Kill him.
Get him sent off now.
4 fouls,
There he
man.
is.
Go on, Anthony. Count them all.
He's just here, Joe. Look at him. He's looked at the stream behind him, and he's seen Joe give it one of
Look
them.
at that. Chex Mix taking him down with a haircut.
Oh, bro.
Haircut
Tell you what,
from the
though,
top rope.
that was unreal. you
That's different
That
class.
was nice. That. Imagine how good he'd be just playing at Sunday League level, this lad. Do you know what I mean? It'd be wicked to see, wouldn't it? I want him to play in this league. Fuck playing for United. You're not going to get a chance like this. Go to Cyprus and let's see the highlights on Twitter every week. It'd be unreal, wouldn't it?
He had to face about 4 or 5 defenders there, and he done all right. I want to see him whip it, now. Why don't we get Anthony on this? This is This is Anthony territory as well. Left foot.
Yeah, I know.
Go on. Do you remember Ronaldo's debut goal for United? Reverse it. Put it on the left-hand side. Anthony from there.
Oh, that's a great ball.
Go on, Jaden.
Now into Bruno. Why would you do that? He's done that twice now. Come on, man.
Oh, hang on.
Now we're going to get caught.
Oh, we're about to get absolutely fucking Galatasaray here.
Oh, no, we're going to get done. It's Istanbul Başakşehir again.
It's a goal.
They've Başakşehir us again. Why is he putting his hand up? What's that all about? Did he play for us or something?
We're getting Bashak Shahid again,
I've
lads.
just been Bashak Shahid.
Didn't they get relegated?
Fuck off.
By the way, that's Jadon Sancho.
I mean,
I know Malacia lost it, but that is... What is Jadon Sancho? Why is it? It's twice this game. Why have you not passed it out to the left? Bruno's made a clear run on the inside left, man. Kareem.
Fucking hell, man.
That's Benzema, that. So we're playing Madrid,
I don't know what
Barca,
Malacia's doing
and
there,
City in one game.
Malacia's
What's Malacia doing?
Yeah.
Sorry. He deserves it. Oh, he's offside.
Give us
Hang on. Hang on, Kareem. Don't go off celebrating.
He does well here, to be fair to him.
That's a brilliant pass. Can't lie. We should sign him.
Go on, get that
Call
fucking
it
toe back
offside.
out in your boot.
Chalk it off. Chalk it off.
It's a good finish, that.
No, who cares? It's getting chalked off.
I don't know if it is.
It is. Hope. He's giving it, isn't he?
Yeah. 1-0 Ammonia.
How are we
hell.
down to Omonia?
They've had the ball in our half once. That's it, innit? Pretty much.
It's fucking terrible, isn't it?
Come on.
Do you know what I mean? Stop fucking about.
Sancho and then Malacia, but why hasn't Sancho just played the ball that's going to get us in on goal to Bruno?
Go on, Anthony.
Anthony's only been the half-decent player.
It's not bad
Pretty
crossing
much.
to that. Yeah, Anthony's been really good. Goal kiss. That's their first shot. We're getting Bashak Shahid again, lads.
That's offside, that. That's so bad. I wish Ericsson didn't close that guy down because he was going wide. Or actually, he couldn't have done anything there.
Just shit, innit?
Yeah.
How, like, we should be 2-3 up and then that happens. Like, Sancho and Malacia in that situation, poor. Absolutely poor.
We need to keep going though. We've made a
Rashford
load
on
of
the
chances
bench?
here. We need to keep pushing this. We should still win this comfortably, but just a bit of a shocker, isn't it, that?
Yes, yeah.
Go on then.
Why are we not playing with that intensity anymore as well from the
I
start?
know, it's just fucking
Like, we
typical Manchester United.
Malacia's having
Start
a
off
mare.
for 20 minutes, all
Malacia's-
guns blazing, and then fucking run out of ideas and steam.
Malacia's having a stinker of a game, man. I can't believe it. He's been poor. That whole left side's been stinky. Sancho and Malacia are just shocking. It's not good enough. I like both of them, but it's just a joke. Like, I expected like Sancho to take this game by the scruff of the neck, like you said before, innit? A game like Omonia where you've been struggling in form, you want to prove a point, you might get dropped on a weekend, and you go and... Bro, like, you can't lose... Bruno's there on the outside. Why are you not playing that pass? What's he trying to do there, man? I don't understand what it is. Like, he lost the ball for the City goal the other day, and he's not learnt off it.
I know.
And it's so unlike him to have those moments. Like, I don't know what's happened to that guy, man.
Free kick to Ammonia.
Now we're going to play nervous.
Come on.
These men don't look up for it anymore. It's just shocking, honestly.
Ball
Jesus
bouncing
Christ.
around in the box. That handball.
Handball.
Fucking hell.
Tell
State
you what,
of
we're
it.
fucking gambling here, you know. Hey.
This is...
What is Bruno just kicked that out for a throw?
It must have gone out already.
Oh my God, 2-0 down.
There might
Is
be a
that what's
chance for a
gonna
penalty,
happen?
you know.
Looks like a handball. Oh, that's a
Penalty.
handball for them.
Pulling
For
his
us.
Fucking,
Pulling his shirt.
though.
That's
That's
not a
literally
ball,
not a
that.
single handball for us.
No chance.
If anything, it hit the
It's
that
the
guy's
shirt
first,
pull's not
yeah.
good,
No.
Nah, barely.
but there's no way that's handball.
There's nothing that's going on.
Nah.
Go on, get on with it.
Throw into Ammonia. And it
This
might have
is-
momentum
this is-
changes games. Like, how are they doing this now?
Who are they? I don't even fucking know who any of them are.
And get to
Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Unlucky. Come on.
Anthony's the only player I like on this team. No way Neil Lennon in Cyprus is beating Man United.
I know, man. That's one for your CV, innit, Eric? Went to Cyprus and got fucking done by Neil Lennon and a bunch of fucking
Sounds like
postmen.
a stag do.
I know.
This is hilariously bad.
We'll come back. We're not losing this, surely.
Bro, we should
Like,
have been
genuinely
2-3
though,
up.
honestly,
What are these
come
man
on.
doing, bro?
Well done.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like,
The
it's not-
intensity's
it's
just
a
dropped
fucking
as well.
big team you put out there, man. Like,
The intensity's just dropped as well. It's
look at this now. They're absolutely taking the fucking piss.
Corner to
Stinkfest.
Omonia.
Fucking hell. Oh, fucking get up.
Yeah, absolutely rattled at the minute.
Fuck all
aren't they?
wrong with him.
How are they rattled against these, bro? What are you going to do when there's a big game in the Premier League? Like,
Get double rattled. Just chatting shit there, isn't he?
Yeah, massively.
They could get another A, you know.
Yeah, of course he
Like
could.
a
Probably
corner.
will.
Anyone can
Like-
score against us in the corner.
this is like that Istanbul game, the same thing. Like, we
it.
got all the ball, we waste chances, and then it's just like we're all over the place after we concede. And then you're chasing the game. Look at the intensity there, like, and the wanting to get on the ball.
Pass it inside.
The pass is there, man.
Fuck me, made hard work of that.
Why is it like with Sancho and Malacia this game, when they get the ball, it's like they don't see any other pass other than one, and they just try force it. It's amateur stuff, man.
That's better.
That's much better.
That was a fucking shit touch.
God. Poor for
I'd
Eriksen.
make Rashford's on the bench, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd bring Rashford on and I'd bring Luke Shaw on. I think Ronaldo's not even done that badly. He's actually gone in on goal. Anthony's played all right.
It's amazing how we find new fucking depths to plumb, isn't it?
Nah, we'll turn it around.
Just think like
It's a joke,
the low
man. It's
point
unacceptable.
Is this? Nah, it's not. We've got a better low point for you. What do you mean? We've just been battered 6-3 off City. You'd have to.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, Anthony.
Now
You
you're
know
gonna get
those,
done off
Run
Omonia.
off Ronaldo, man. Why are you coming
Aye.
short there? You need to. Why are you shooting there, man? What is it with these guys' decision making? By the way, like Eriksen there as well. The pass is on the left.
He's knackered, he is. Come on.
No runs.
Get one
just
back before half time.
Carry on watching.
Yeah.
Look
That's
at
straight
them.
off
Look
the
at
training ground,
But
that
look
move
at
there.
look how they carry on walking as well. Just
Composure.
yes, there. 5-yard pass forward. Nice. Days, man.
Martinez clipping it.
Easy. Don't shoot. Of course he shot. Of course he did.
Corner to United. He loves the long range shot, doesn't he?
Why
Bruno?
have they just done this? How's a game that's been this quick? That's 42 minutes
Yeah.
already. Mad. Should have had 2 or 3 at the start, man. This is
know.
poor. This.
Literally through on goal. 2-on-1.
But it's like losing the ball. It's the one thing Ten Hag focused on, innit, post that City game, with how we lost the ball when we were in a good area to attack, and then it ends up being transitioned into a goal that we concede.
Fucking stick your foot through it, man.
It's only one guy fighting. for that.
Keeper,
It's a
keeper,
joke,
keeper,
innit?
keeper.
No, it's panic stations when it shouldn't be. We looked like all over these the first 20, like it should be, and now they just decided to be crap.
I know. It's just like you said, it's momentum, innit? Belief as well, giving them a bit of belief.
I'd rather tune into that game before as at
It's a
Fiorentina.
good pass. Good Ronnie.
Fucking
Just
hell.
not got it at the minute, has he?
No.
Just not got. Can't bring a ball down. Can't have a good touch. Can't hit things first time. Just no confidence.
Sad to see, innit?
Yeah. I think it's a mixture of getting on a bit, but his confidence looks.
It's a great ball
gone.
from Martinez. That, you know.
Bad touch.
Shit touch, innit? At any level.
We've been in so many times this game. It doesn't make any sense. Like Anthony chance, like Ronaldo a couple times.
Come on, then. Lindelof.
The worst thing is you come off this and then it's just question marks, which I hate. Like the whole thing, talking point the whole of the week is just going to be.
Let's go past that.
Yeah, you struggled against Omonia.
I know.
It's true, innit?
At least it's only till Sunday. We ain't got to wait long. We've got to win this game still. No excuse. It could still be 5-1 this. The amount of chances we've made or the amount of times we've got in half-decent positions with their defence looking open.
It's just poor decision-making all round.
God.
Poor tackle from Casemiro. Poor ball out to Bruno, loses it. What's going on?
Mix.
What's everyone saying?
Everyone's dead happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. People saying Casemiro's so rusty. Casemiro hasn't shown why he deserves to start.
He hasn't, no.
The scorer played 10 games for Forest and got released, apparently.
Who did?
The goal scorer.
10 games for Forest and then got released.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
10 games for Forest, though, innit?
So you're saying we're playing against Real Madrid, Forest, City and Barca? Basically, no. This is a proper European outfit that we're facing. No joke. Look at the atmosphere as well. It's intimidating. Just bang it from
Fuck
here
off.
for another.
Just shit in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. No excuses. Just not enough intensity, not enough fucking belief. He talks about every time I talk about belief against Man City. That's one thing. Not having belief against fucking Omonia. Come on. What are you doing? Should be schooling these, not fucking chasing the game.
Well, I don't get why they stopped though when they concede a goal like that. Like they were creating chances, they were controlling the game to a certain extent. All right, you concede a goal. It doesn't mean you stop doing that, but why?
That's about 10 yards away at least from where it needed to be.
Come on, man. No one wants the ball. Just it's a joke. Played Ronaldo.
Bruno.
Nice.
Bit of
Left.
space on the edge of the box.
Move, man. Move wider for him. Sat there watching.
Corner ball. 2 minutes stoppage
Come on,
time.
man. Just get a goal.
Oh, goal kick. That's going to be half time. Half time, Omonia 1, Manchester United 0. Did not expect that.
No, I didn't. I thought we'd do it.
No,
I know it's done it
and
over,
we
but,
should.
You know, you look at the start we had as well. We started on the front foot. Some good skills from Anthony, having a lot of the ball. Some decent passes from the likes of, I think it was Bruno, was it? You know, at that stage, you think, you know, we're looking comfortable here. We'll kick on in a minute, and then we'll get a goal. That's what'll happen. And instead, it's just knocking on the door, not really creating any. A couple of chances, but nothing where you go, it's a sitter. Do you know what I mean? Like a couple of where you go, we're in here. Doesn't quite happen. There was one, I think, with Andy where you might go, okay, that was a bit of a sitter where he misplaced his pass to Bruno. But then they get us on the counter with, like you saying, poor from Jadon Sancho, poor from Malacia. I don't know what he was doing. And then they're 1-0 up now. And they've got something to fight for in the second half, haven't they? And the irony is, right, they've got something to fight for in terms of defending that lead. But since they've got that goal, they've attacked more than us.
Yeah, which just sums up these bunch of players. But I'm sick of like statements not happening. Half time against City, where were the right changes? Even before the half ended. Second half, I want to see 2-3 changes. Like, I don't care. Like, make those changes now, because what are we doing? Like, what are we doing in games like this? Like, you're 1-0 down to a team like this. Obviously, we should be up. I know it was in the run of play. Things like that can happen. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was a mistake from the players. Things like that can happen. But what you can't excuse, is that after that moment, we go the complete opposite and we give them the ball. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, we created so many big chances, like the Ronaldo chance, the Anthony chance, a couple of occasions where we should have gone in, then lost the ball. One thing is, what is Jadon Sancho doing? Like, that's what's confusing me, man. He's doing things that I've not, like the types of mistakes that I've not really seen him do in the past. Like, he didn't play that great for us last season. Yeah, he had a bit of a patchy season settling into the league. But this whole thing of making that many wrong decisions and then it ends up hurting us and going the other way, it's like, I don't know what it is, to be fair, with Jadon Sancho, but you need to make statements as a manager now. Like, he could stay on and do well, but I'd hook him off. I'd hook Malacia off. It's time to make statements because there's players in this team that as well. Luke Shaw's been poor in patches. Rashford's been patchy. He's been poor. Martial. All these guys over the seasons haven't established themselves enough. There is no doubt about that, as much as I like a lot of these players. But it's when things like that happen in the game, there's options. That's why you have the bench, and that's why I have Martial, Rashford, Shaw, and these guys. Then you've got to switch them in and out. You can't just give guys, allow them to make mistakes like that and not change it.
No, I agree, and it has been sloppy. And the only sort of thing that's slightly not sure about is I understand about the changes and why you'd want to make them. This part of it just feels like, you know what? Don't fucking make changes. Get into that dressing room now and fucking rip him a new one and say to him, you got us into this fucking mess. Go out there and get us out of it. Not let's bring on some players to bail you out because you're all fucking useless. Do you know what I mean? Like, to be fair, likes of Anthony and even Ronnie to a lesser degree, you can see the efforts there. Just maybe like a little bit of luck or a little bit of quality in that final touch or whatever. But some of them just not good enough. And I think you just got to read them right out and say, I'm not just going to change it. This is a team that Joe was saying, the 242nd in the fucking ranks in Europe or something. They're around Stoke City levels. Do you know what I mean? Which is just absolutely embarrassing. If you can't get up right, you've just been fucking battered in every sense of the word by your derby rivals. And your next game is against a team ranked 242nd in European football. You think, fucking hell, it's Christmas. I can go there, batter them, get a bit of pride back, and then we go into the Everton game with our tails up. And instead, we've gone there and we've just done what, to me, is a simple, like, indicative of a Ralph Rangnick style performance. Huffing and puffing for 20 minutes, bit of quality, looking good. Oh, we're going to score in a minute. Oh, no, actually, we're not. Oh, they've scored. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, what are we going to do now? And then just panicking. That was like, Joe mentioned Madrid last season. That felt like that. Or it felt like, you both mentioned it, Istanbul under Ole. Just the laziness. Just turn up and we'll win. No, you fucking won't. These are shit, but we've been shitter. So you need to fucking fix up. You've got the quality there. Do you know what I mean? Anthony was taking on about 5 players at one point. They're not that good. You just need to show a bit of belief, a bit of quality, and a bit of composure at times as well. And stop this laziness. You can see it. People just going, no, I'll just hoof it, or I'll just try that lazy 70-yard pass rather than actually trying to work an opening. Nah, it's not good enough, man. It's just completely embarrassing. I'm sick of sitting here, making excuses or waiting for the subs to change the game or for the next game to resolve issues. I know, right, that Eric Ten Hag's a new manager. I know we've got a load of new signings that need bedding in. I know last season was atrocious, but there are simply no excuses whatsoever for not beating AC Omonia. No. There isn't.
No. It don't even... I almost think it feels like it doesn't make sense, but then, this, like you said, we have been seeing performances like this for the last 12, 18 months.
Yeah.
Where you go, they think, in the bag, no way we can lose this. All we have to be is, halfway motivated, half as clinical as we normally are, half this out, and yet somehow we're sat here going, we're down.
Well, it's the mentality. You have to go in down. Like you can concede and things like that can happen. Okay, the way it happened was unacceptable from Jadon Sancho and Malacia, both of those. But those things can happen. But the top teams, a lot of the time, they will concede goals in the run of play. But what they do is against the run of play, and then what they do is they're back on top of the game. They're back creating chances. We gave them the ball instantly, and there was no intensity.
Yeah, we completely shit after they scored, didn't we? We completely
half of the players were just like pressing, then the other half weren't, and then it's just all over the place, isn't it? And it just sums up this team, and it sums up the mentality of a lot of these players.
I mean, you look at the stats there. I mean, anyone who watched that first game, United were well on top. United had more good chances. United were more dangerous, and the stats there show a lot of that. But you see, their clear chances 1-1. So actually, when it comes down to making good chances, United, a lot of bluster, a lot of decent balls into the box, poor touches, bad decision making. Really, we're not making that many top chances, which because
to be fair, does that count the Anthony chance?
Well, presumably it does.
Because he wasn't a shot on goal.
Well, there we go.
Count. Statistically speaking, it won't count.
Maybe it's we obviously we were dominant in that half.
Look at this now. We're just watching this in the background, but do you get what I'm talking about here? So Bruno made the pass on out. And by the way, this is on Malacia. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that is on Malacia.
No, it is on Malacia. Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about a situation that I mentioned at the start of the game when Malacia made the outside run for Sancho. He went inside. We lost the ball. Yeah. He's gone and done it again because Bruno was making a run on the outside to try and stop that. Yeah. And how's Eriksen the one coming all the way back there with no one, like, everyone being so slow? I don't get it, man. It's just poor.
It is. We've got a few super chats. Where's the toxic positivity at? 45 minutes left to smash him. Ronaldo's best performance so far for a while. That's from Koth Mike. Ben Neal, welcome to the first team. Happy with the super chat, says it's extremely weird to think how a player that plays for Man United can make extremely dumb decisions, dumb pass, dumb cross. Do they drink dumb water? Can't wait for Ronaldo to leave. Up the Paddock, lads. Yeah, the decision making again, like there. Why is Sancho passing that to Malacia when he's the last man back? He's being pressed, or there's a man in between you and him.
Was on him,
and then you've also got the pass to Bruno on the left hand side, and then the touch from Malacia is shocking. But it's just a situation that we didn't need to be in. And especially, look, you see there Ronaldo having chances straight away, Anthony having chances, like as good a chance as you can possibly have, Bruno having chances and not getting shots off. Bruno did okay, but it's not a shot on target, is it? Samuel says, this club is cursed. We sign established winners and young, world-class youngsters, and they turn into wet, rich tea fingers. Sick of them, sick of it. And Sam says, need Garnacho's fearlessness or just start cheating. Would you condone just starting cheating?
Yeah, I always condone cheating.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, it's one of those performances where you go, sometimes things like this can happen where you have all the domination, all the ball, all the chances, one counter attack and you lose it, and you think, well, these can happen occasionally, but with United, it's not occasionally, is it? It's been like consistently for the last sort of 2 years. I mean, really, for the last 7 or 8 years, it happened under Van Gaal. It would happen under Mourinho as well, where you just go, how have we lost that game? And yet, it's not an outlier anymore. These games, we lose those sorts of games all the time. So at some point, you have to say it's something about the players or the coaching or the mentality or something where these sorts of results keep happening. Hopefully,
first of all, they become acceptable.
Hopefully, it isn't a result.
And that's the frustrating part because we've come out to make that, difference from the City game. And it looked like we were for a while. It looked like we were making chances. It looked like we were getting through on goal on a couple of occasions with a bit of intensity. But then those decisions are just shocking, man. Like, there's no, you see a pass there, you're going to be in a better position, an attacking position. You turn around, you're daddling on the ball, and then you pass it to, what's his name, to Malacia, and then Malacia is getting double pressed, and I don't know what Malacia is doing, just clear it. Boot it. You can see 2 players run at you. Why are you turning that way? Just boot it. So, again, it's poor decision making. And it's the worst part about it is Ten Hag's spoken about the same exact thing.
Ismail Kassou with this chat. I think this is a direct line from the Glazers. He says, fire the manager again and give these players more money. I think that's probably the right thing to do. That's what we've done in the past, and that's always worked. Are we going to win this, Jay?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not, 100% confident by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think that we've got enough options both on the pitch and on the bench that we can turn this around. I also think there's still got to be enough sort of pride left in there in some of these players. You look at the likes of Casemiro and Ronaldo and Bruno and Eriksen and Martinez, the way he plays as well. You can't think they're going to be accepting this. Do you know what I mean? It's going to sting. And also, there's that thing as well. I know that when you're sort of a less talented team and you've got that goal, it can give you that extra bit of energy, that extra something to hold on to. But I do think like some of these Omonia players may start to tire. I do, because this is a sort of level we're used to playing at, this intensity and this pace. They're going to be, playing a sort of above their
usual,
but
this game is like a cup final for them, bro.
You what?
This game's like a cup final.
I know.
No. I'm saying they're, even when you reach that level, it's like if the game mattered as much to United as it does to them, and obviously it doesn't, every single game should matter that much. It should feel like a final. And I think these guys, no matter how tired they'll get, because we've gone to Istanbul, we've gotten to a lot of these places in the past where we've been done on the break, and then the teams just are fighting until the end because they know how much that result means to their fans. Because Man United
This would be one of the bigger results in Europe that they've ever had.
I'm not saying.
I know you know
I just said.
So I do get your
I
point.
literally said that gives you that extra motivation. That you've got that goal lead when you're a small team. We've seen it before with teams that have done it, not just against us, but in other games as well. I just feel that it's one of those as well where if we get an equaliser, that's going to deflate them. And plus, you've got a lot of energy and a lot of talent on that bench that they haven't got. If you do need to bring on, say, a Martial and a Marcus Rashford 20 minutes against these lot who've been,
there's a couple of comments saying
70 minutes sort of running themselves into the ground, that can maybe give you that edge.
A couple of comments saying that Shaw and Rashford are maybe coming on.
Makes sense.
Please.
I'm not sure. We'll have to see that confirmed, but that would make some sense. That's what you were asking for before, isn't it?
I'd make those changes. And as much as I'd like Martial on as well, I think I'd continue to ease him in through this game and then bring him to start against Everton. Plus, Ronaldo's probably had a couple of decent chances. He's been through on goal, so I don't expect Ten Hag to just pull the plug and just sub Ronaldo off. I think he'd probably keep him on.
We've got a few super chats. James Woods says Anthony's the only one who's lively. It reminds me of the Van Gaal, Mourinho, Rangnick days. Another woeful showing. Fix up United. Jay talking facts. Mid token Marius says Ronaldo looks defeated. Seems frustrated with the whole team. I hope this proves the manager isn't the issue. We've seen this happen over and over again. Excuse me. Darren Cox says 66% possession, more than that, 75% according to the stats we've got there. But the quality of the decisions, that's the question. Not enough of a clear idea how we're going to break a team down. Nick Bristow says Ten Hag doesn't need to change tactics or personnel. He needs to change mentality. He's an elite coach, but needs to be a Fergie-level man manager. And Happy says, great to see Jay back. Win or lose, have a great rest of the week, lads. Thank you very much, Happy.
Nice.
See, that's Happy living up to the name there, isn't it?
Yes, happy by name, happy by nature. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Don't worry though, United will knock that out of you eventually.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to win, Abdul?
I've seen this so many times, man. Like it depends. I think if we make changes at half time, I can see us turning it around. And hopefully we come out with the reaction we sort of did for parts of that second half against City. Hopefully Anthony continues to have the first half that he did, and you know what, I think we can win it. It all depends for me if he makes instant changes at half time. If he does, then I think we can bring it back. If not, then some of these guys are just, well, there's Rashford on our screen. He's coming back.
Yeah, Rashford coming on. I think presumably Shaw's coming on as well. I guess that comment was right. Yeah, I can see Luke Shaw there.
Malacia subbed twice in 2 games at half time. It's not a good look, is it?
It's not at all, actually. Luke Shaw coming on. Second half about to kick off.
Strong start.
Arjen Hendrick says, I hate these types of teams. It's lose-lose. If we win, we're expected to do so no joy. And if you lose or draw, you're a laughing stock. That's what I was saying in the preview too, wasn't it, Jay?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no great result here.
No.
Even like unless it's like 12-0. But like a 5-0, you're like, well, yeah, of course it's Omonia. And if you draw or lose, you're in fucking disgrace. Right.
Even if you win, just win.
That's what I mean.
By
standard,
1 or 2 goals, it's just, it looks a bit poor as well in a way, doesn't it? So you want to be demolishing these teams, which, again, if you do any sort of proper analysis after the game and we do win, you're like, okay, we conceded a bit of a stupid goal and we missed a lot of chances, but we only won 2-1. Oh, nice.
Go on, Rashford.
Jesus. Just getting his range in.
Jacob Weinstein says, think we get a spark from
What are
Anthony.
Sorry.
you laughing
My bad.
It's quite a common surname.
I don't know why.
Sorry, what has Jacob Weinstein got to say?
Jacob Weinstein, which isn't funny at all,
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not.
says, think we get a spark from Anthony and a sub or 2. Love from Baltimore, where I may require narcotics if this gets much worse.
Baltimore,
That's what I was laughing about. The
Hey, you got the
narcotics.
WMDs, testers are out.
I was laughing at the narcotics. I read the comment. Sorry.
That's all right.
What? You were laughing at a comment that hasn't been read out yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I
make
did.
sense.
Well, obviously I can see the screen, can't I?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, all right.
Yeah. This one's from Johnny Savile, who says, joking.
Wow. I was watching a documentary on Jimmy Savile the other day.
Why?
Because it's on
What are you
Netflix
watching that
and
for? Do you love
Why did you just say it and just stop?
Oh, yeah, that's how it works. If you watch a documentary on someone, you love him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I was watching a documentary on him on Netflix or something, you know, when I was ill in bed.
What, do you love him or something?
No, he's a fucking
Is
dickhead.
that what gets you through your illness?
He's a proper dickhead.
Yeah.
Jimmy Savile.
No, it didn't get me on it didn't get me
Yeah,
through
by
my
the way,
illness.
Prince Andrew, what's his... It sounds so stupid.
What segment of the show is this? Right.
Nonsense.
Jay, carry on.
Right. I was just saying, I was watching a documentary on him, and it was shocking how he got away with all that shit for so long.
Right.
And he was like knighted and all that, and it was all covered up. It was horrible. It's on Netflix. If you can stomach it, 'cause obviously it's, you know, it's a bit distasteful, right? But it's educational.
Did you see that
I might
thing?
watch a fucking documentary on Hitler. I don't mean I like it.
Do you like him as well?
No, he's another dickhead.
He is. The more I learn about him, the less I like Hitler.
What is it? Like, what is it? Norman Donald says, the more I hear about him, the less I care for that guy.
Care for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Find the low. He was on the right. Again, it's funny
See,
how
this is
it's funny how we
10
make
minutes now.
the same mistakes
Yeah.
every time. Runner makes there's a run on the outside. No, let's ignore it. Let's just go in and batter the ball, like either into the player or above the bar. Like, what are we doing? We're just. It's that last little bit, isn't it? Like where you're either getting into the area.
It's because it's still like we're not quite sure of how to properly tactically break a team down. We
Come on,
almost go
Marcus.
into
There's a
autopilot
run in the
mode
box.
where we just try and kind of wing it a little bit.
The fuck was that?
Go on, runners.
Go on, overlap.
Runs are so.
Oh, it's a good cross as well.
Oh,
A knee like with a
That is-
fucking spring
That
in
is
it there.
genuinely an abysmal touch.
I don't know how he kneed it as hard as he did.
Oh my
He's
god!
basically stood
Oh
still
my
and he
days.
fucking.
Oh my days.
Go on,
Oh my
Anthony.
days. How has he spun? How has he spun Lindelof so easily there?
Fucking Berbatov playing from these lot.
Has Lindelof just randomly gone proper slow or what? Like, I know he's not the quickest, but I just spun him. The guy's turned so slow. Come on.
Let him moaning about. Sit down, you fucking dickhead.
Danny Wilde, who's been a member for 17 months, says, I think United are still suffering from the women's Euro burnout. It was the men's Euro burnout last year, and now it's the women's Euros this year, I think, which is fair enough. Seriously, though, I think we shouldn't touch the first team on Thursday.
Oh
except
my
for the
god,
likes of
what the
Maguire.
fucking hell was that?
I give up, man.
Oh my god.
And there's the moment that I just properly
Absolutely
just give up with this football.
put fucking Anthony in a sardine tin there. Go on then!
Why is it taking you so long to
Jesus
make
wept.
that tackle? Why are we so slow to everything, bro?
And why are they fucking unreal at the minute? Well done.
For one split
All
second.
right, how about we
we
just
give a
play?
fucking
Yeah,
penalty.
me too.
I wish he did. He deserved to concede a pen there.
I wish he didn't.
Look at
just for Palace.
Yeah, me too.
obviously, yes. Obviously. Before everyone calls me something in the comments.
A traitor. There's a lot of pictures of Che Guevara around that stadium. There's one there, look, and another big one on the halfway line.
Where's the runners?
Oh, yeah.
Guys are just watching, man. Nice.
Is he your favourite revolutionary?
No.
Who is?
Who is?
Your favourite revolutionary?
It's a good question, that.
Gandhi.
Probably.
Okay, I don't know why you're laughing.
It's not revolution.
Probably Vince McMahon.
I seen
Vince McMahon.
I
He
seen
revolutionised
I seen a dodgy thread
wrestling on a
Gandhi.
global level.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Who's yours?
Richard Madeley.
He revolutionised morning TV.
He did.
His work with the character Judy really changed the way things were done on British television. I'll give him that.
Did you see the guy the other day that apparently said that he's going to out someone?
What?
That he said that he's the guy that found out what Jimmy Savile was doing, and he's going to out someone big out.
What, as
Seen it on Twitter.
an offender?
Yeah, apparently someone that's big.
Go on, Bruno. Ronaldo's off the free kicks now.
Odds on who it is.
Bruno, top corner. Goalkeeper's left hand side.
What, Bruno?
Straight down.
Pass back.
It's a pass back.
I said odds on who it is that they're going to out.
Is that a
and
good?
then
Is that a
Bruno.
good game to play? Guessing who's the?
Ah, yeah, we don't want to get.
Guess the what?
Nonce.
Guess the nonce.
No, did you not see it?
I don't think. I think it could
be.
be deemed almost slanderous to put any names in the hat.
Yeah, like, I don't think that's a one for the legal team can handle.
Oh, we typed them.
Yes.
Oh, Marcus! Touch. Okay, he's got it. Bang!
Yeah.
Marcus bloody Rashford.
We've equalised against Omonia.
Is he off? No, he's on. Marcus Rashford, the greatest inside left winger forward of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it. We see that though. Lost the ball after a bad touch, and
Better.
that's what I'm talking about.
Not a
That's what we
glimmer
should
of a
be
smile
doing.
from Eric Ten Hag there, which I appreciate.
Oh,
Good pass
he's
this.
onside.
Well onside.
Who passed that though? That was nice.
Poor first touch, really.
But that's the
Shows his
point.
strength.
It's fight there,
Nice
man.
touch
Don't
there.
don't just watch,
Also-
because you could just bang it.
Shout
Inside
out,
net.
credit to Ronaldo as well there, because his overlapping run draws the defender away, which gives the space to Rashford so he can
That's a
pop
good
that
spot,
ball in
yeah.
the back of the net. So
It just opens that space in the middle.
yeah, good
innit,
run
for him
from
to strike it.
Ronaldo there.
Lovely stuff. Brilliant.
Come on, get one more. and
I
part
know
the
what my
boss.
front three is on the weekend.
Go on
What
then.
about you guys?
Who's what you saying?
Anthony, Martial, Rashford. Been saying it since that City game.
That's what Jay said. I agree.
What's that?
Anthony Martial, Rashford for the
me.
weekend.
I don't know why, you know.
Gotta be, man.
you
Come
know,
on, man.
Yeah, makes sense.
Is it Sancho that's gone off again?
Yeah. By the way, I'd actually, if we get a couple more, I'd take Anthony off because I want him like proper, like ready and fit for that game.
Yeah, 100% agree
Let's
with
get
the
them.
form
Let's
that
get
he's in.
those couple more first.
We'll get him. Don't worry. It's happening now. Marcus Rashford's on the pitch, mate.
I love this.
Ball.
Good pot.
Nice. Much better. Come on, man.
Go on, Marcus. Come on, Mark. I just want him to fucking be the player that we know he can be again.
I know.
'Cause I love him so much, but he was so poor last season.
Ball from
Hopeful
Eriksen.
nonsense.
See, I don't mind when we lose the ball, but just go for it, man. Just
Yeah.
win it back.
Yeah, you got two
You're
easy.
gonna take risks. You're gonna lose the ball, but. Was that past Casemiro? Yeah, over the top.
I don't know actually.
Thought it was. Might have been.
Couldn't tell. Casemiro.
I like when Martinez comes into this area.
Yeah.
Because like, he's got that ball playing to actually make a difference. Nice. United keeping it quite a lot on the
Some
left.
good play.
Find him!
That's all right.
Oh, man.
And again, and again.
Time.
No.
Brilliant. All right, much better. Much better.
Come on, turn the screw now. Let's get a fucking.
I like that little sequence though. Like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was nice.
patient and then it
proper
come back
passing
out.
there.
One thing I would have liked Bruno to play that reverse. on the
Yeah, I
inside
think he
into
was just
Rashford.
trying to switch the play out, wasn't he? But Ronaldo kind of brought it back in it. Like
Who's that?
he's
Is
literally 3
Can you
feet
see
onside
that?
there.
Is that Delo? Is it? Oh,
Miles
it's
on.
Bruno. Bruno dropped all the way there.
Was it?
Yeah, it's Bruno. Yeah.
Don't get the assist either because of the touch from the defender, but it was a great pass.
It's a brilliant finish to be fair.
It is.
Sliding that
Nice.
in there.
Last season, he didn't do that.
No.
Last season,
Probably
he
takes
became,
another touch, try and
Yeah.
get further in the box and
You
scuffs
just see
it.
the confidence drain from
He
him.
wouldn't have been in the
last
box last season.
season. No, you're right.
He'd have been holding Delo's hand out on the right with Ralph shouting press. Pressing. Press.
The Gegenpress.
There you go, press.
Hey, that worked well, didn't it?
Have you ever been caught Gegen pressing in the local area?
Does that sound like something proper dodgy?
Doesn't it?
Why have you brought this gentleman into the station?
He's been accused of. You know why we brought you in, don't you, sir? You've been accused of Gegen pressing in the local area. Multiple sightings.
Oi.
Stitch up.
This is stitch up,
Go
is it?
for
Okay, explain this. I've
Oi,
got Ralph
still got
Ragnick's
it.
autobiography in your back pocket, stained with the ink of a Gegen presser. Writing your own notes in it, weren't you, sir?
Mum, I need you to come pick me
Don't know.
up.
It's a goal.
from the
I can feel
station.
it. There's a tingle. I can feel it. It's a
Anthony.
goal.
Oh, the clip! Yes!
Oh. I know what my
We
front three
nearly
is next
took the
game.
lead against Omonia.
Just a little. Wasn't it?
I like that.
Just a little. See ya?
Do that again.
Not quite.
Is that the new iPhone notif?
Yeah. For a new app that I'm coming up with. I like Anthony.
What's the app?
There.
The app is it's an app where you can see all the gegenpresses in your local area.
What, like a...
Keep them away from your kids.
Based on Rangnick's law.
Yeah.
Where you have to declare yourself. If you've been caught gegenpressing in the last 24 months.
Is it? What's the name of the app? Is it Hot Off the Gegenpress?
Yeah, that's what it is. Lovely.
How is that their ball, ref?
Nice. This is why you watch along.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because Jay comes up with stuff like that. Someone, Mark Hatton says, Joe does the best sound effects. Or conversely, Mikhail says, I hate that stupid whistle, it's so loud. So, you know what I mean?
Fair play here for reading out both of them. You
Yeah,
could have
exactly.
just selectively edited it and just gone, Joe's the best.
No, it's mostly hate. It's almost all hate.
Really?
No. Cool.
Do you think Joe says like misses things in the comments to not like hurt our feelings?
Yeah.
If it's anything
A lot
like when
of
I'm in
the
the comments, yes, he does.
But like, I know there'll be the odd wild
you have
ones that
to.
he's obviously not going to say.
So
but then there'll
everyone
be
say the
ones that'll be
nastiest
like,
possible thing you can in the comments, and I'll do my best job of filtering them out
don't
just to
do
show
that.
how good I am at doing it. So say nasty things about me, Jay, Abdul. Just say the nastiest thing you possibly can without crossing.
I made the mistake
line.
once when we was on. I made the mistake once when we was on Randy. Someone did it in a super chat, and I read it out.
Oh, you had one of them moments.
And it's a super chat. You got to read it out. And he got it. He was fuming. He was raging, and then he was like, basically, you know, fucking. And I thought I shouldn't have read it. I don't care the super
What is
chat
that, Casemiro?
Yeah.
because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't even anything
I
constructive.
like that,
or
Anthony.
Honest.
I love that.
Oh,
You know what? I love that whole little thing there from Anthony. You know?
what have I done?
You could see the ball. It was a loose ball. Goes and wins it. And now look, we got the ball in play.
Oh dear, this is.
Corner. Mate, I'm liking Anthony this game, man. Pressed.
Right.
Is that bad?
I mean, some of this stuff is.
Can I see?
No. This is not for you. No. Cover Jay. Cover his eyes.
I really
Yeah,
want
no,
to see it.
you can't see it. Let him read it out.
Some of this.
Come on, I
stuff.
can't see it either. Don't give me dirty looks.
I love the hate.
Right,
I'm in my Ronaldo bag. Like my haters push me. That type of vibe.
Ethan, take my phone, ring 999, and say contact PC Collins and feed him that username there. PC Collins. He'll know what to do.
Well, you got
Oh, we've got a direct line to the feds, have you fucking grass?
Oh, he does big grass.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what's funny, yeah? You know when like you see someone report like something really bad online, and then everyone's just playing like grass. Well, then it's like a proper crime. I just say like, oh, this guy's done this and that, and you're like grass.
Just seen an old man getting his head smashed in. Grass.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just saw a kid getting shot at grass.
Grass. No, it's okay to you know tell the police about this.
Grass.
Yeah.
You are a grass
Oh,
sport.
bloody hell, Ronaldo's back.
Go on,
Like.
Ronnie! Chris! Oh.
He might be back. He really might be back. Honestly.
He might be back.
Someone said that Joe lets his cereal get soggy before he eats it. Now that's too far. Jay's bald, did you know? These are the sorts of things that are coming in all the time. And someone says Jay is a pro glazer simp.
Do you know what? What is this simp word I keep seeing everywhere? What's it?
Short for Simpson, so basically like, you know, do
Oh,
you look like Marge?
Anthony's
and
coming off.
Lisa and that. That's not what it means.
Is that right?
Someone says that Jay's forehead connects to the back of his neck.
It's very true. It's very true. The truth hurts as well, man. It's deep, that.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest indictment of all is that none of the insults are at Abdul. Which
Really?
Because you're that
which I think
fucking
tells-
irrelevant.
No, but now
No
everyone's
one
going to
gives
start
a
doing
shit.
things now.
No
Don't
one
do
even
this.
cares enough to hate you.
Someone said, "Oh, this is
Hey,
rough."
pathetic.
Jay, and Abdul, more like smell, smellier, and smelliest. That's
Who's
harsh.
smelliest? No.
If it's in
You know what?
if it's in
me.
the Joe, Jay, and Abdul, so Joe smell,
Yeah.
Jay smellier, Abdul smelliest.
You said you shower once a week, so it's
Yeah, I said if I have to.
I said once a month whether I need to or not.
Yeah, usually you don't.
I had 2 showers in a day.
Do you?
Yes.
Which
No,
day?
I had.
Really?
It was.
It's funny, the news never mentioned that.
No, I'm just saying. So I'm definitely the least smelliest out of us three.
How do you know? I had a
Because-
bath and then a shower.
I smell like a dead person. I don't
Yeah.
have any smell. Smell that?
You don't smell
No,
like a
I'm
dead
not
person.
Get in that piece there.
No, I'm not.
You
'Cause
don't smell like a dead
No,
person.
I'm not doing that.
No, like what I mean, an inanimate object. I smell like a outdoor sort of windy house.
Where is the Wendy House though?
It's still at the factory.
Where's the factory?
Luton, but it's on the back of
Bedfordshire. No chance.
It's on the
bro.
back of a lorry on the way to a local home base.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll let you off.
Come on, man. Find the pass back.
Cinnamon bun.
Tony Marshall's on.
Yeah.
Are they stuck Ronaldo? Wait, who's he on for?
I don't know. Bruno.
Oh, we're playing 4-4-2.
Why?
Go on.
Oh, Bo!
Go on,
Rashford to Martial. I told you about that. Watch out for that one there.
3 goals and
The
1
connection
assist
is
in
there.
91 minutes for Martial this season.
Marcus
Stunning
Rashford,
stats.
X, Anthony Martial. It's over. It's over for the Premier
It's
League.
game over. It's
actually
literally
over for the
game
Premier League. There's no
This is it
point.
now.
Pack it all in.
Yeah,
Arsenal,
you're right.
City, all of
This
that.
proves it.
Proves it.
100%.
Pep has just texted me.
Woo!
Pep's just texted me.
Tony
Said,
Marshall.
fuck it, fuck this, I quit.
Lovely
He
that.
literally said it's over, I quit.
That's brilliant. That is honestly brilliant.
He just said you can have
Lovely
Haaland,
flick.
just don't
and then
start
that finish from
Martial.
Martial. Oh, that's opens up the space perfectly.
Oh, lovely.
You know what I
like
like
a young
about that?
James Beattie, that wasn't it?
Yes,
Lovely
it was.
stuff, that.
Why did you, just before that goal, say cinnamon bun?
Yeah.
Why?
I couldn't tell you. To be
You
honest.
just went, cinnamon bun.
I don't know why I did that.
Nice, nice. Oh, that's poor.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why.
And I was about to ask you about it, and then we scored.
Lovely,
I know what I
Marcus.
prefer.
Kept-
Go on, Marcus, take the piss, he's shit.
Go on, take the shit. He's pissed.
Exactly.
Come on, this is what we needed.
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Anthony Martial.
3 goals, 1 assist for Martial this season. 0 starts.
That's mad. That.
Like a young Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Maybe that was all his plan the whole time.
Certainly not starting him. Go on then. Go on, Chris. It's an interesting front. Oh, look at this. Come on. This is amateur hour.
We've just gone for it, innit? Is it 4-4-2? Is it?
It's like 4-2-4. It's Casemiro and Eriksen and then 4 strikers.
It's midnight, innit?
Yeah.
Get one more and then give Anthony's tiny little legs a rest.
How big do you think Anthony is?
Don't know. He's short though.
I bet he's 5'9", 5'10".
Nah,
Go on.
he looks too
Ronaldo.
short for that.
Oh, it's a lovely
Ball,
cross.
that.
Oh,
It's a good cross, that.
you know what? Maybe you should just play 4-4-2.
4-4-2.
Yeah. Maybe we should. It's right there. I'm joking, by the way. Don't. Not Sean Dyche. Although there's nothing wrong with being Sean Dyche.
Nice. Not that there's
Glad
anything
to
wrong
clear
with
that
that.
up in case we offended anyone.
Yeah. In
Just-
case,
Alright.
in case anyone at
Sean
home
Dyche is
is
what-
Sean Dyche,
Yeah.
and they felt offended by that. Anthony's 5'7", apparently.
Yeah, there's a midget in it.
How tall are you?
5'10". Do you want to get the measurements out? I'll take a picture next time I'm at the GP.
Okay.
You want to do this? Because someone's done this to me before.
Really? And you're 5'10"? You said like 5'10", which means 5'9" and a bit. Yeah, nah, say no more, say no more,
Nah,
say
it's
no more, say no
5'10".
more, say no more, say no more.
You know what? That you actually think I'm not? I'll prove it. Me and you will go together. You measure yourself and you're like, what?
Go where together?
5'5".
The measuring centre, Jeff.
Yeah.
Ever heard of it?
You've never been to your GP.
You know when
I'll
you
drag
get
him
Wasting
to
the
the
fucking NHS's time with you two
do
idiots.
you know
Go
in
out
some
for
joking, I
shops,
don't
measure
do that.
yourself.
There are some shops where you have to walk through like the tassels on the way in.
Oh,
if you look
yeah.
closely, them tape measures.
Ah,
So
right,
just stand
okay.
next to one of them.
We'll go to the doctors together.
How tall are you?
Excuse me,
How
doctor.
tall are you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I've just come to measure myself with my
Right, how
mate.
tall are you? Let's do it now. How tall are you?
All right,
Hey,
nice
Doctor,
one.
if you could leave the room while we measure
tall-
ourselves,
Yeah, we're just
please.
measuring ourselves.
It's a very
Uh,
personal task.
Yeah. All right, okay. We'll just tell the patients to wait.
How
What?
tall are you?
Just under 6 foot.
Yeah.
What are you saying it like you're threatening me for?
No.
Yeah.
Abdul's fuming. He's had his detractors in
I
the
know.
past.
I'm sorry.
Go on,
let's
stand
do
up.
this.
Go on and do this. You have got platforms on there, to be fair.
I'll take my shoes off.
Take your shoes off, yeah.
Right,
Take
go
your
on,
shoes off.
take my shoes off.
No, I want shit off.
Your socks are thicker, but whatever.
It's my
Your
socks.
shoes are big anyways.
So we have the
Never
two
gonna mind.
contestants. Jay claiming to be just under 6 foot. Abdul claiming to be a stunning 5'10".
Look at
Right, I'm standing normally. And you're look like leaning up.
I'm not
Yeah,
leaning up,
apparently he's
just
been
standing.
accused of leaning up. I'll be honest, he's about an inch and a bit taller than you. So puts you at 5'9" and a bit, 5'11". Jay's a decent height.
I'm glad we saved ourselves a trip to
Well
the
done there,
boxes.
both of you.
Thanks. Congratulating me for growing.
People in the comments are really excited for you both.
Thank you. This is what a Martial and Rashford goal does.
The strange thing about that, Abdul, is you seem to have a newfound respect for me. A minute ago, you were ready to batter me because I said I was 5'11" and a bit.
5'10", Jay.
And now I've proved it. You're like,
sorry.
yo, shake my hand, well done.
Shake Mansour.
How do you think of him?
Don't know.
Do you have to keep doing this word association that you keep randomly spitting out?
genuinely
just nonsense.
I physically
'Cause it keeps
can't
making me laugh, and I'm ill. And it's like cinnamon bun, shake Mansour, cuddly toy.
Do you like cinnamon bun?
Oh, love him.
I
love cinnamon buns.
shook your hand.
Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah,
That's
Jay's
me done.
so
Bring
ill.
in six, man.
I've got it all.
Get him! Imagine they came back
It's
now.
like us versus fucking Middlesbrough in the FA Cup last year, this, isn't
Oh.
it? Do you know what I mean? Couldn't be more dominant and somehow we're going to lose it.
No, we're not, because Martial and Rashford are on the pitch.
Yeah. Mark Hatton says, Rashford to Martial, what is this, 2016? Eric Ten Hag is going to fall over on the touchline in a minute. I mean, like Louis van Gaal did.
Yeah.
If you were a football manager, Jay, would you be like a silly fun one, or would you be like a really serious, look at me, I'm dead hard type player, type manager, like an Ian Dowie?
I just modelled myself on Fergie, mate.
Would you?
Yeah. I'd be just like him. Like, not really having a laugh with you.
Oh, I would. I'd be the opposite.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd be a whole new breed of manager.
Yeah.
When you come in for the press conference, my desk would look like fucking Vic and Bob's Big Night Out.
Yeah.
Like fucking horns on the
Oh,
desk.
what a ball from
like
Martinez
loads
that
of
was.
shit going on everywhere. I'd just be
Please,
radical
Eriksen,
and not
please,
answering
the
any
ball's
question.
there.
Go on.
Rashford was behind Ronaldo.
Ethan,
Ronaldo
do
was
you remember Joe Kinnear at Newcastle? I'd be like him. That's how
getting the
my
play-
press conference would be
What,
like.
saying instead of Johan Kebab, calling him Johan Kebab?
Do you ever remember Joe Kinnear's first press conference
But
at
actually,
Newcastle?
as Ethan always reminds us, what's the actual sting in the tail of that story, Ethan?
He had early dementia.
Yeah, Joe Kinnear was diagnosed with early onset dementia.
Really?
Shortly after that interview took place.
That press conference?
Yeah.
Was he?
7 years later.
7
years later. And only a fraction of 7 years later, only half a generation later,
Yeah.
he was diagnosed with what would have been an
After
excuse.
asking for reporters' names and then calling them the C word.
Yeah.
Perfect press conference.
Yeah.
Perfect way to introduce yourself to the media.
Also, yeah, you know, my nan had dementia. She still knew who Johan Cabai was. Do you know what I mean? That's basics.
Right.
Sorry, I wanted to actually check the stats. I genuinely wanted to check the stats. This guy just... I pulled out my phone to check...
Don't let our little thing get in the way of you messaging your mates.
Oh, bloody hell. I've just gone on SofaScore, yeah. Well, actually, I shouldn't mention the app because where's the sponsor? But I've gone on SofaScore to look at the stats. Let's actually guess, who do you reckon is the highest rated player on the pitch right now?
On the pitch,
Anthony.
Anthony.
I'm on Anthony as well. Oh, it's Lisandro Martinez.
I suppose he's not done
Then
much
it's
wrong,
Ronaldo, but then the bench, Marcus Rashford, of course, goal and assist. We're
Yeah,
living in the
decent.
stat era.
Right.
24 minutes will do it for
Good
you.
lad. Now you can put your phone away.
has he? Stat era.
Looks
What's
shit.
your favourite era, Jay?
That's so rude.
It does.
What's your favourite
That
era?
looks bad.
When
My
when
phone.
people are watching and we're like that.
No, but then I'm bringing info. Do you know what it is?
He's got a laptop.
an iPad because I actually need one, and I'm gonna start like bringing like
Yeah,
statistical
bring that.
things. So
Bring
you're gonna be
that.
like,
Yeah, that looks good. I like that.
yeah.
Good man.
Yes. And then we've also got that analytical tactical thing.
Yeah, but that's coming out soon.
Hashtag
Is it
soon.
Yeah.
Sunday?
Ideally.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
You hear Sunday?
Of
Is
course.
it him doing the thing? Potentially.
Potentially.
Yes.
As long as I've not been sacked by then.
Yeah.
As long as you've not grown.
For going on your
If you've got
tiny
taller than
iPad.
me, you can forget it.
Well, you think he's not very big?
Hey.
That's an iPad, not an iPhone. Now, how big is he? 12 foot tall.
Yes.
Hands like fucking car doors, mate.
Hey. We need another goal here, though.
Would you rather, Jay, would you rather be 3 foot tall or 10 foot tall?
10 foot tall. Because imagine how big.
Go on.
What?
Imagine what?
Go on. Where you going
Yeah.
with
Yeah, if you needed to,
I need to
you
be
know,
better human.
batter and ram a door down.
that? No. I think 10 foot tall.
10 foot tall.
I'm smaller than all my kids.
No,
That's just not going to work.
Yeah, but all right then.
Everyone's
Here's a
okay.
point then.
You're a freak
Aeroplanes-
either way.
Aeroplanes.
No, actually, no. Sorry. If anyone's
take
3
that
foot
back.
tall, I didn't mean.
Loads of people 3 foot
How are
tall.
there people 3 foot tall?
Yeah, of course. What are you talking about?
Right, when you're born, you're smaller than 3 foot, and you grow. And at some point in your fucking life,
There's also
you
loads
reach
of adults
3
that are
foot.
3 foot tall
I'm
as
talking
well.
full-grown people.
Yeah,
like
there
what,
is, yeah.
what heights people like the guy from Game of Thrones are? Well, like what's?
I think we should move on from this.
I think we're
No, I don't mean
dangerously
no, I
close to
don't mean this
insulting
to be-
everyone.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean this to be rude. I'm just actually. asking.
Why couldn't you take the piss out of people who are 10 foot tall? Because they don't fucking exist.
No, but I said I called them freaks,
Ronaldo-
and they don't
Yeah, that's-
exist.
No, that's fair.
But and then I made sure if short people are that short,
I'm glad we cleared that
That's
up.
short.
Yeah, they do anyway.
adults.
Go on, Luke. Is coleslaw the best way to prepare cabbage?
Wow, unbelievable.
Prepare cabbage. What do you mean?
Sort of serve cabbage in a kind of a
Yeah,
mayo suspension.
Coleslaw's elite.
Yeah.
Cabbage is shit, but coleslaw's mint.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's a tackle, ref.
Interesting, isn't it? How life goes like that.
By the way, those two finishes were unbelievable.
People saying that the sound is
So
a
good.
bit patchy, apparently.
Sounds patchy.
Is it?
Anything going on with the sound, guys? People saying that the sound's gone patchy. Have you got any update on that?
Is that everyone, or is it
I
just
don't know
a
if that's,
troll?
they might be lying, but can we check?
Is that Anthony going off?
Yes.
Apparently it's fine now. The sound's all right.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Don't know. Yeah, Anthony going off. I think he's been all right today. Quiet in the second half, but not particularly bad.
The quality's there, isn't it? You can see.
I like this change, to be fair, because I actually want to see how Ericsson, Casemiro, Fred would look like in the middle.
Yeah.
Just give Ericsson a bit more freedom in it. Can we find out why they've got that stuff around the ground? Oh my God.
Go on, David.
If we do concede a second, it would be like that, wouldn't it? Where the ball's just bouncing all over the place.
But they're like, De Gea's waiting for Shaw and Shaw's waiting for De Gea. Like, you've got
Just
to know your
reminds me of
goalkeeper's
fucking-
going to come and get that.
Reminds me of every game.
They
With them
want a
two
penalty,
involved.
don't they?
For what?
Handball, Fred.
Yeah, it's not that. It's carry on.
He might be
Nice.
offside there, Rashford.
Nice. Oh,
Oh, he's got away with that one.
That's a United ball.
be nice if we get one or two more. Come on.
Yeah. I think it's his stomach. doesn't it?
Stomach, yeah. Do you say Tommy?
De
Yeah.
Gea's got to get that.
You're a 5-year-old, Jay.
You what?
Are you a 5-year-old?
Why? What should I have said?
Stomach?
Stomach.
Like a
sorry.
grown adult?
It is his stomach.
It
Like
didn't
a
hit his
grown
stomach
adult.
though, did it?
No.
Because his stomach's inside his body.
Yeah.
So what do you call it then?
Belly.
Yeah.
Belly.
Is that right, Bella? Yeah, like that. All right.
Belly.
I think belly.
Bella, right,
Yeah.
Bella. Is that acceptable to you?
Yeah.
Hey. Fuck.
No, I had Tommy since I was in school.
Have you not?
Or just a sort of central front meat.
Yeah. Central front meat. Would that be better?
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah. Midriff. Would that be right?
Midriff.
Midriff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midriff's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
midriff
Is that okay?
What did you say? Central front meat.
Central front meat, yeah.
Yeah.
I call that something else.
What?
Nothing.
What do you call it?
Your nuts and bolts and that.
Your central front meat. What do you call it? What is that to you?
No,
He calls it his grapes and his grape and his corking process.
Yeah.
Anyways, Rashford's
He calls it
bagging.
breakfast at
Rashford's bagging
Tiffany's.
another
He calls
water
it-
touch. Marcus Rashford, chop in, Shaw on the outside, Ronaldo in the box. That's a goal. It's written all over it. Oh,
The thing we need to work on next is
Did
the
Eriksen stay that
positioning
way from
of
Ronnie, or was he
players
just not-
when we
not on
cut
for
the
him?
ball back.
facts.
Because every single time we've got
Yeah.
no one making a run in the box. Like we did it then. We did it 2 minutes ago as well. The ball gets cut back from a really dangerous area, and there's no one there for it. They just sort of stood behind a defender or waiting for an inch perfect pass. We need to be better on that.
No, I agree.
There we go.
It always looks so promising, and
Yeah.
it's just like no one's. It's just Ronaldo, and then he's obviously marked.
Let's
What
see
are
the
we-
way City were making runs
That's
against us
just that's
the other
bad
night.
defending, though, man. Like that urgency, though. Get out. Let's get another. That move was good. It's just, I like that little Rashford Shaw thing. Where like Shaw always makes that burst into the area, innit?
Yeah. On the what do you call your stomach area chat? Midriff seems to be quite consensus.
Yeah.
Another one that's surprising me coming in. Bread basket.
Bread basket.
Mentioned by a few.
Bread basket.
Some people saying the solar panels.
The solar panels.
Talk about in the solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any rhyming slang in there?
No. No, there's no rhyming slang.
There's not.
No.
It used to be New Delhi, didn't it?
New Delhi belly.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, Martinez, what a ball. How Shaw just missed that ball to Fred, man.
Nice. Oh. Go on then, go on then,
You
go on
in
then,
here,
go on
lad?
then.
How the hell has you missed that?
Literally can't buy a goal at the minute,
No.
can he, Ronaldo?
He's actually cursed. He's got to be cursed,
What is
surely.
going on, man?
That was actually
That
brilliant.
was pretty much on a plate, wasn't it?
Dalot,
From
innit?
Yeah,
Like,
Dalot did
rounded the
really well.
keeper, placed it into him.
Fucking hell.
He's got to be cursed. Like, do you think Pogba done some judge on him? Because
I love
Shut
that.
up.
did you not see that thing though? You have seen it, right? It's got to be serious because his brother's trying to get him killed for it.
Such a simplification of that whole situation.
Yeah.
Have you
Pogba's done spoke to
have you read the thing, by the way?
I've seen it. I've seen enough of it. to
Buried
get
a
the gist.
hyena in Old Trafford.
Is that what, like? There's all sorts
Yes.
going on, and people say that that's why we beat PSG.
And Martial's
And
seen him.
Mbappe had a shocking game against us.
No,
Because of that.
apparently Martial had seen him do it.
Right. Oh really? I didn't know that.
How did he get a hyena into Old Trafford and bury it?
Sounds like a joke. I'd get a hyena on Old Trafford.
My mate,
Take away its legs.
he had a
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hyena.
no, he had a wart on his finger, so he rubbed a
Oh, go on.
raw steak on it and buried it in the garden and didn't tell anyone.
Right.
But apparently you're not allowed to tell anyone or it don't go away, and it went away.
But he told you.
After it had gone away though,
All right. Okay.
I think it came back.
So your mate
actually.
done judge.
Did it?
Yeah, because
Right.
he told us about the steak and that. Because they're like, what's this freshly dug gravy? Anyway, it's not a grave. And I just put a fucking sirloin in there.
What a waste of a steak.
And
Well, not to him, to be fair, guys.
a load of flies around his garden as well after that.
Imagine though the conversation in the Pogba household when that breaks. Alright, that must be some madness. That. Alright.
Yeah.
How's it going?
His brother's still pulling videos out.
You know what our kid's been up to? Now what? He's just told the world that you've been ringing witch doctors and bellying hyenas. What?
It's a tough one.
What's some
Isn't
madness?
They stuck Tony Marshall on the right. And
Oh.
he nearly skipped past someone.
it? He also didn't skip past someone.
Listen, you can. The thing is, when you score an absolute belter, you just got to give him the benefit of the doubt. If that was Ronaldo, we'd probably all be calling him a donkey, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
What's happened to Ronaldo?
I think he's just got 37 as fuck. Hasn't
Yeah.
No, but then it's Ronaldo, isn't it?
he? Yeah,
Like,
he's
let's have it right. It is nonsensical to expect players to be playing at
Nah,
this level
I
at
know.
37.
I know.
It's not.
And I hate when
remotely
people are like, he
normal.
should be starting because he's
Right,
Ronaldo.
and people
But
sort of say, "Oh,
the
like, I
decline's
see
a bit
Gary
mad,
Neville say,
innit?
like, oh, he doesn't, he's never drank alcohol and he looks after himself." Doesn't matter. You're still 37.
Yeah.
It's very very rare for a striker to be able to play that age. It doesn't mean how good you are. Some of the best strikers of all time have been retired by the time of 33, 34.
Van Basten.
Yeah, 29, wasn't it, with him? Well, he was injury ravaged, but you know, like 37 is unheard of, really.
Yeah.
Do you know
For
what I mean?
this
There's a
level.
handful of strikers ever that have played at a very top level into the late 30s. So it's just it's beginning to look like it's a season too far for him.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
But the thing is, I get that, but he's got
DS.
chances. It's not like...
Sorry, go on. DS says, if Jay buries Joe off the M62 bypass, he'll have a full head of hair.
Really?
But you can't tell anyone.
Right,
We have
okay.
to bury Joe.
Yeah.
Jay buries Joe, so you bury him.
What fucking part of who's Jay and who's Joe are you not grasping? What is wrong with
Just
you?
for a sec, and
Why is that so confusing? Right. It couldn't be more easy to understand if we fucking tried. If Jay buries Joe, Jay gets a full head of hair.
Yeah.
And you were going, if Jay buries Joe,
Yeah.
Joe gets hair. No, hang on a minute. But Joe's already got hair. And if he buries Jay, how does that help him?
And if he buries himself, why would he
No.
So who's Jay
I
burying?
thought, no, I was confused for a sec. I thought they said Joe buries Joe. Is it like the other Joe McGrath?
Now you're bringing other people into this. Fucking hell. Tell you what, hurry up and get another goal, United.
I'm like Pogba's brother, innit? Bringing Martial into it.
I didn't even know about all the sort of shenanigans behind all this.
Garrick, with what I assume is just a jokey insult, says Joe eats the stems on strawberries. I actually do.
You look like someone that would.
I do eat the stems on strawberries because it's so much easier than going, and then you got this little fucking
I've done it.
head of hair
I've done it a couple
that you have to
times.
put somewhere. I'm not giving a strawberry a fucking haircut before I eat it. I'm eating it.
Oh man, come on, get a goal.
I eat the apple cores.
Ugh.
I eat avocado seeds.
My son did that once at the gates. An entire apple.
Did he? Yeah. Was he all right?
Yeah, he's fine.
What, an entire apple? So every little bit of it, like the seeds, the lot.
Yeah, the sticker. The bag.
Don't like the sticker.
He ate the bag and the supermarket that the apple came in because that's the all of it. Yeah, every bit of it. I don't eat the wood.
Otherwise, it's not a very good story.
Yeah,
yeah, all except the core.
No,
Like
is it
everyone
like
else.
no? But then it's not that cool, anyways.
Because he was. Oh, do you know what?
That's what I was making sure. Is that it? Is that all his son's got?
No, because he was saying. Yeah, well, it's like,
Yeah.
He can eat it.
He's not
all
presenting
he's
him at the
got.
World's Fair, is
like,
he?
Look what my
at
son
this,
can do.
The incredible apple-eating boy.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, eat the seeds. Look at him. P.T. Barnum's got nothing on this.
Yes.
Oi, Marcus Rashford's
The
running
beast
through.
from Weast.
Come on. Let's see our score, lads. Come on, just let him. He
it's not
needs it.
happening.
He needs it.
Yes.
He's somehow got.
He's on.
He's somehow got an assist for Marcus Rashford.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's got a smile on his face, Ronnie.
It seems,
You know what?
It seems slightly ironic.
Listen,
though, doesn't it?
when he's played awful, like awful, as in like he's not got chances, he's not got shots off.
I love the fact Neil Lennon's
I'll say
acting infuriated, like he expected to win this game. As he practically explodes out of that tracksuit. You like the sun? This is like something, I don't even know what to say without getting myself in trouble. You cut to your camera and you're basically spitting water back into your bottle.
Cut to yours and you've got a goatee of saliva.
That's good to say, bro. That's good.
A salty soul patch.
This is like the waiting room to the doctors.
Yeah, this is
This is like A&E on a Saturday night.
Just waiting to get ourselves measured.
What?
That's what he said, innit?
Oh, hi. Yeah. Jimmy F, who's been a member for 21 months, says, just seen Joe McGrath drunk at the bus stop in Chorlton chasing pigeons.
That actually sounds like Joe McGrath.
Yeah, it does actually. Although
He
he's doing Sober October, so, you know.
No, but
I
he's
really
doing
hope
it for
that.
the cameras, isn't it? Really,
that's
he's
true.
going crazy.
Jesus
3-2.
wept.
Why did we have to?
And we've let him
3-2,
back
Omonia
in
have
this.
scored.
No way he's celebrating and he's still losing. You frauds.
Interesting, isn't it?
The camera just panned to Martial, but I didn't see what happened, so hopefully
No.
he's not lost it. Because
I was too busy assuming we'd beat Omonia to see that goal.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
oh, I don't know who to blame. I missed it. Analysis.
Lovely finish, to be fair.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to rewatch this and then bring my analysis next time on stream.
What?
That's helpful for
I've
the
missed.
people
I've
watching
missed. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Oh, yeah, because next stream, everyone will want to hear your analysis from the Omonia game.
Yeah, they will. No,
Eh?
they will.
That'll be a great shout. Could
Don't
you
tell him.
do FC Clues from 2014 as well while you're at it? Because that's another memorable
Well,
victory.
if we get the little tactical thingy going,
yeah.
You will see some screenshots from this beautiful ground in Cyprus.
That's a good point. Pre-match for the...
Words help in this situation, I find. You just stick to spitting in your bottle, you. Hey.
I didn't spit in my bottle, actually.
Yeah.
I swallowed it.
You swallowed it.
Lindelof has been awful today, apparently. Linda flop.
Nice.
Linda.
Linda flop, I said. That wasn't my comment. That was Mohammed Duad.
Oi, get him in the book.
Get him in the book, ref! Look at that. Linesman coming on. Sorry, fourth official. Oh, do you know what I'd love? If my favourite thing to do as a ref, do you know when there's a bit of a kerfuffle and you just book them both?
Oh yeah.
Regardless of who started it, who actually did most. That's a booking, that.
Yeah.
I just love booking them both.
Oh, that's a red. No,
I tell you what, that's as much as a red as fucking thing he had for Tottenham the other day. What's his name? Emerson Royale.
Oh, he's so
Does
bad.
well minus there because he keeps himself just on the right side.
Because you want to just fucking boot him for that, wouldn't you?
He's got a very beautiful face.
Beautiful
someone's
face.
already had it.
Beautiful.
To be fair, it looks like someone's had a few goals on it already. To be fair, the kid.
He just looks like somebody
Someone's beat minus to it on that front.
He just looks like somebody you want to punch, innit?
Whoever's
You get it,
Mac
though.
that is
Some people
attached
got
to, it's
punchable
low battery.
faces.
Mac attach.
The fuck is wrong with you? It's like Mallet's mallet.
Martinez was a hoof.
Go on. Edit.
Ericsson, does he ever get tired?
Yeah. He starts tired. That's his secret.
I really don't want to make a joke.
No.
Gotta do it.
Right, come on. Let's get Ronnie a goal.
Come on, man.
He's playing 1-2s off defenders there. Fred!
Get it
Sorry
back
for
in the
shouting.
box. Come on, man.
Look at this. Look at this. We've slowed it right down here, haven't we?
There's nothing like playing for a win.
I know.
Against-
Park the boss.
Against the
Sit back.
242nd team
What?
in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, tell you what.
242nd team in the world, Jay. Come on, don't
Oh, sorry.
slow it down.
In the world.
They're only the 130th worst team in Europe.
Respect. Could have just found that pass over there, Scott. But, turn back. We're about to do something stupid. I can feel it. I can honestly feel it. Something's cooking. For Omonia. Wait, Rashford chase it down.
Go on then.
Go on, where's the hunger, lads? One more against
Go on,
Omonia.
Marcus,
That's
keep
what I
going,
want to
son.
see.
That's the spirit.
No foul. Because we're going to win it.
Oh,
Just don't foul him there.
Well done. That's the
Hold
one.
Marcus Rashford's honestly changed this game. What was that? He's got 2 goals and assists.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. He has changed this game.
that is good though. To be
No,
fair.
I was just,
he needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love him to get.
I was actually
20
making
goals
sure
this
he's
season.
he's contributing every
Season's
goal.
been, like I said before the games, he's having a good season.
Yeah, I think that's 5
I
goals.
feel like a
3
little bit like
assists.
the derby
2
was
assists.
wasn't a good game for him, but there's mitigating circumstances.
Genuinely
as well.
don't think he was fit, in that game. Doesn't make any excuse. The whole front 3 were awful that day.
Yeah.
Second half Anthony was a bit better, but I wouldn't have started him.
Well done.
Well done. Good little push that one. It make himself half a yard. Well done, Chris. Here we go. 3 on 1 here.
Switch it there.
Please. Oh, first.
Martial. Ronaldo time. Got to score.
No way, you
Just
old man.
can't get it. Can't get the feet right, can he?
No.
He can't put his legs in the right place to fucking hit
He's
that shot.
doing what you were saying, like Marcus was doing last season, like he needs that extra touch.
Yeah. Like the fact that he's I don't care how he has to do it, how he has to sort his feet. The fact that he's not hitting that with his left foot first time is a worry. Like, regardless of what you have to do. No, it's not.
And it's not an age. For me, that isn't an age thing.
I think that's a
because
confidence thing.
It's definitely a confidence thing.
Unless
because-
his legs are so sore and so fucked that he can't sort of move them quickly.
No, but he was in a
enough to adjust
similar
his
angle
feet.
in the first half and he battered a shot. And then obviously, I think when he's missed that, now he's just thinking, is there a point? Like, even, do you know, I didn't think he'd pass that to...
Poor ball. Go on, Marcus. Oh, good effort.
Oh, would have
Good
been great
effort,
to see
lad.
him get an hat-trick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Second half hat-trick.
Would be his second
Leipzig.
time he comes off the bench in a European game and gets the hat-trick.
Leipzig, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
Come on,
5-0.
man. I really want another goal. It looks so much... Please. No way he's just done that.
It's proper fucking...
Oh,
go on,
gosh.
lad. You have a
Not
go.
a good enough ball, that.
That is a shocking ball.
Should have just had a shot.
Wow. Especially on a
Fuck it,
hat-trick.
just score. It's not about getting Ronaldo goals. It's
There's
about
Judge,
scoring
man.
goals for the team.
I'm telling you, Pogba's doing it.
You think?
There's no way this is real. Marcus is having a flyer. It's been unbelievable. And then he just goes and misplaces the pass that would put Ronaldo in an open net. Would have probably skied it.
Mad that it's at fucking 3-2, this, isn't it?
Why would you even pass it him like that? Just side foot it.
See, to sum up the
I was
sort
thinking.
of how unwinnable this game is for United, and I'm not knocking this comment here. Actually, I won't say who it's from. But someone's saying, Man United beating a team from Cyprus 3-2. Wow, that's shocking, isn't it? Like, it looks like we're going to win, and it's still fucking hell we're shit.
The thing is,
You know
if
what I
we
mean?
genuinely didn't have that many chances and we just got a couple, but man, we should have scored like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, we're not even exaggerating really saying that, are we? Like,
No.
look how many of them type of chances we messed up. The Anthony one was similar, wasn't it? Where it should have been scared. And those are like 2 almost guaranteed goals. And then Ronaldo hits the post from an open net, basically.
Well done, Martinez. He's fucking very good, isn't he? Go on, fucking Gareth Bale him.
Nice.
And
Lovely.
again. Oh, it's not even, can't see anything there, Ronaldo, except the goal, can he?
Come on. Oh. He's trying,
Martial was on there. Did you see that?
He's the old man's trying. How many shots has he had?
I don't know. I hope he gets a goal. But there, look at Martial. You can't even see him. He's overlapping in. He does well, to be fair.
Do you know what? For all the other games this season, like I'm like, oh, he's pissed me off or whatever. But then it's genuinely one of them games where it's just like, they actually feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he's been unlucky, hasn't he? Bless him. That shot he had that hit the post there.
Jay, you need to stop doing this on stream.
What?
These sweets, bro.
No, I didn't put that ball out there.
No, but
Did you put it there?
you bought the sweets. I did, but I only had the squishy little things. That was meant to be between 3 of us. He ended up dashing a load of them sugar-coated balls. I know the bonbons, but, you know, just want to describe it to the people that don't know what bonbon is.
Bonbon. It's French, isn't it?
Is it?
Good.
Anthony Martial's French.
Is it? Sick.
So is
Oh, Omonia are going to score, aren't they?
Boulangerie in that.
Who?
Boulangerie.
With Borissois Garcia. Was it Garnier?
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Jean-Paul Gaultier, that's the one I was thinking of.
There is. There's a goal.
Go on, Ronnie.
Oh, my God.
Go on. No, look,
No,
he
let
just
him
go
have
there. Check his
Oh,
bank
ref,
account.
you stinker.
Full-time Manchester United 3, Omonia 2.
Full
Marcus
time.
Rashford coming on, saving the day for United.
Great
Not a
team
great
in the world.
performance, was it?
You all right?
Actually, you know,
Can you hear him
background is
talking?
like fine. I was just
An
saying,
echo.
greatest team in the
Yeah.
world, Man United. We've won
Thoughts?
everything. My thoughts should have been 10 if Ronaldo had his shooting boots on, which he did, sort of. But Pogba's judge denied him.
Jay?
Yeah, it made hard work of it, didn't we? It's good to see like Martial and Rashford looking like, you know, they were a few seasons ago, which is a real bonus. Martial this season, he's looked really at the races. The cameos we've seen, the one against Liverpool, the one against City, and then today as well. And Marcus Rashford, what's that, 5 goals now this season?
5 goals, 3 assists, I think.
Those are the thing with Marcus is you get numbers for him when he's on it. You can question his performances. When he's on it, though, he gives you numbers. He'll give you goals and assists, and he's doing that this season. And that's what I like to see, and that gives you a fighting chance, especially when you've got a player in Anthony as well who looks very lively on that right-hand side. It's beginning to look good attacking-wise, albeit this isn't a great test.
No.
It's just a bit more match practice for some players, especially Martial, who need it.
Definitely. We'll be back for the post-match review.
Glazers out there in the away end. I
couple-
just want to say that as well. Big Glazers out banner there. Great to see that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be back for the post-match review in a few minutes. Thank you very much for joining us. Man United squeak past Omonia, 3-2 in Cyprus. Made it difficult, but ultimately got the 3 points. Thanks, Abdul, for coming on. Where can
Nice
people
one,
find you?
mate. Loved it. Abdul GH_ on Twitter.
Nice. Jay, where can people find you?
Jay Motti on all your social media, and on Scotty and Motti as well on the podcast.
Yeah, very nice. And check out the Sloppy Joes podcast as well. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.